primaries.
Well, all of his stats.
Hello, and welcome to Dire Bear.
I knew it.
It's Tuesday night. So, of course, that means we're playing Scion 2nd Edition. This is our second to last episode of Scion.
Ultimate episode.
And the final.
That's it.
Wop, 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 wop.
And last week, you finally vanquished the Varangian band. No, you defeated them and essentially banished them from the city.
We kicked their ass. We didn't kill any of them.
No.
For lack of trying.
But you engaged them in combat and they were vanquished. So they withdrew over to the other side of the lake. You didn't have long to celebrate, though, before Penelope's mother made an appearance, tearing down the bridge connecting Olympus and Othrys. She may have been upset about how her daughter was treated.
Yeah, whatever.
Or, or she may not have that much of a mind, and, she may just thought all that noise on the bridge was, irritating. Who knows?
Perceiving it as like the fate binding to make sure that they never come back. That's how I choose to perceive it.
Can make sure you never come back by tearing out this bridge.
Because boats aren't a thing, and roads around the lake are not a thing.
Yeah,
absolutely aren't.
It's like she's from the darker age of humanity.
I mean, boats were a thing. Never mind.
I know. I'm being dumb.
Anywho, but before you had any real time to celebrate, like I said, she tore down the bridge. But didn't attack the city, so okay. You get another few seconds to start to relax. You get a call from your friend Kathy, the red-headed waitress from the Rubicon. Antony, the owner, and you have found out, over the course of this, that her husband, he has taken the sleeping Scion of Lu and fled with her.
Oh, well, now we know the heritage.
I thought that had come up before.
We knew.
Yeah,
because
her
she had
brother,
the other spear.
And you admit her brother. I think her brother was pretty upfront about who he was descended from.
Yeah.
Because she's named Bridget spear after another one of the Celtic.
I'm being silly. Don't mind me.
But of course, Kathy is Bridget's fetch. Basically, a spirit creature that looks like you, and it's a warning that you're about to die. She's had an unusually long lifespan for a fetch due to the fact that the person dying was put in that slumber, and it slowed some sort of poison that she has in her system. You're not sure of all the details, but
yeah, she's fate bound, I believe, to die fighting Scylla.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because she was part of the band of Texas that fought Scylla back in the 90s. So anyway, Antony, afraid of his wife dying, has taken Bridget and evacuated the city, apparently. And Kathy called y'all up to, could you please go track him down?
Cool motive, still fucked up.
Well, I mean, it is his wife, so...
As I recall, our tracker actually rolled to track, so...
I believe so. I believe that's the...
I think she got 5 successes.
Yeah, because...
I know there was a lot.
I don't know, the last roll Rappy's got is 3 successes. Oh, right, but she would have enhancements on that.
She has enhancements. I think it was 5 all told.
Because she's got... I'm sure she's got... I say that like I have to remember, like I can't just pull up her stats and look.
It's in there somewhere.
The rest of you can't pull up her stats, but I can pull up her stats.
How privileged.
But yeah, she's got the tracking specialty.
So that's 4.
Uh,
I think she had something else that gave her 5, like just
It
a
was
general trafficking.
she's got the
tracking.
hunter calling,
Yeah, I think it's something to do with
internal
Hunter.
compass, silence in the woods, worrying hound.
Worrying Hound.
Worrying hound is probably the one.
Worrying Hound.
That was it.
That's probably the one that gives her another one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she put Spruce's stats in her notes. Wish we thought of that at the very beginning.
I have, yeah.
Did she have it there this whole time, and we just didn't know?
I don't know. I don't think so, because I think she's had to look for him before.
I have Smoochums under a birthright of him.
I have Samuel and a birthright too.
I also have Shauna as one.
Yeah, next game, the party can have a pet, which will be, y'all's droid. That's it. No pets.
But what about a
Spoilers.
Loth cat?
Spoilers.
Lol.
So anyway, yes, Jaden took off tracking. She's gonna call you as soon as she figures out where they wound up.
Yeah.
Because she can move at super high speeds, just like Connor. But you can't actually track while running at supersonic speeds. I'm getting some. See, I'm getting fuzz.
It's me.
Oh,
Give me a sec.
Okay, that sounds better.
Go for it. Continue.
So yeah, she's gone tracking. You get a call from her shortly later that she has she's following him out of town. He's kind of probably not in the same county. I'm not gonna take the time to look up where the county lines in Nebraska are, but there's a rather large cattle ranch that he seems to be at.
Okay.
Yeah, at least that's where she's tracked the vehicle.
Wonder what he's doing there.
Laying, bro.
I mean, I guess.
He thinks.
Are you all gonna... I'm kind of concerned with all of us going, if I'm honest.
I think it would be best if maybe 2 of us went. I can't go at Mock Jesus though, so if I were to go, I'd have to go with Connor.
Well, here's the thing. I was thinking Robert could, drive, and I could send a clone, and then me and 3 of my other clones stay here and watch the city.
Is that what you want to do?
I'm fine with that plan if that's what you want.
I mean, there'd still be a me there, so I know what's going on, so I could get there rapidly if I need to. But
Yes.
I just have this beautiful image in my head of all of you rolling out to the ranch, and you leave all the animals behind to watch the city.
Oh God!
Oh, no.
It's like the League of Super Pets.
We love Shauna. We do not trust Shauna.
That's gonna be a one shot
You
though.
just have to tell her the city is now your horde. Guard it.
Yeah, but then we have to tell her, take back.
Backsies.
good grief.
I can just picture her trying to boss around like the mayor or something.
Hey, I was promised this place. This is mine now. You do what I say.
So I picture y'all getting back, and assuming they're on a bunch of fires, she's basically yelling at the other pets like a little kid that's been put in charge of other little kids.
Oh yeah.
That
That
right.
checks out.
That does check out, actually.
All right, so you're going to leave a Connor and a couple of clones behind.
Yes. That is the plan, anyway.
Okay. And then
Well,
one clone Connor and everybody else is going.
Well, I will say that's my plan.
Shauna's staying with the clones and Prime.
Yes.
Oh, she'd have tons of fun at a cattle ranch.
Oh,
I don't think
it'd be a
I don't
buffet.
think we need the animals.
Yeah, no.
This should be a peacekeeping mission.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hilarious will hop on Robert's vehicle. Right off.
Yep. All aboard.
All aboard.
All right.
Sorry.
This is the most realistic tabletop we've played, and we played in World of Darkness, Alabama, and it's the most realistic one because only one person in the party has a vehicle.
I mean,
Well,
fair.
the Alabama one was realistic in that at least two of us had kind of older vehicles.
That's true. Blackjack's vehicle was like from the 60s.
Yeah,
And then
classic
there was
Chevy.
I. Dio. I mean, what?
Well, you were playing a doctor, so you could afford all kinds of stuff.
Fair.
Yeah, I know.
Actually, I think we only had 3 total vehicles in that coterie.
We did
Blackjack
get
eventually
4.
bought another one.
Yeah.
He had a modern
did
car
get
at some point.
Also, we did get a 4th because you got your vehicle on Jolene.
Yeah. Well,
Finally, and then it got
Julien's
destroyed.
several times.
That kept getting wrecked.
Yeah, well, Samuel had the motorcycle and the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to this game.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
All
As
right, so
we-
y'all load up in Robert's
The
truck.
trunk of much seating.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's got to be like an extended cab.
But
It
the
has to
clone's
have at
like, hey,
least-
you guys mind? Get back there, please.
Really, his work
Same.
van's a U-Haul.
Mm.
All right,
I mean, it could check out.
all right. So y'all head out to where Jaden is. Delirious, before you leave, well, actually, probably a little before all this, Samuel took your phone for something.
Yep.
He's like, I need to borrow this for a little while. But you've got spares sitting around. So.
Sure.
Mm.
Careful with that. That's the one I got from. Okay.
Oh,
Why
be
is he
careful!
juggling
And he
your
kind of flips it
phone?
in the air and catches it.
I only trust him to do that because he's done that with the gun before.
It's
Uh-huh.
a relic. Hopefully, it has shatterproof glass.
It does.
Okay.
It's a relic. He does not.
Or
will
is it an
continue to
iPhone
function.
relic or is it an Android relic?
It is
Nokia.
a divine relic.
Shoot, if it's a Nokia, strap it to the front of one of Jaden's arrows and let her just shoot Scylla with it.
Just knock someone out.
So you pick up Jaden a couple miles down the road from the farm. She'd gone out, spotted it, fell back. Now, how do you just want to? Are you just gonna, the ranch house is a bit off the road. It ain't much of a road.
Before we actually get there, I kind of want to look at the party and be like, what's the over-under he just fucking takes off when he sees one of us?
I think he trusts us.
I don't think he trusts us.
He trusts us to do what we normally do. This is a much more personal problem.
Yeah. Beating up alpha dogs in the streets, sure, I can trust you with that. I'm not going to do it myself, so who gives a fuck? This is a matter of the heart.
I think he trusts us to understand. Simply, he knows that we know what's going on. And I think he knows us well enough to know we're not just going to come in there and kill him or kill the sleeping Scion.
Might beat his ass if that's what it takes, though, is the thing. I don't want to have to, but I'm just saying we have to have the option there just in case.
I mean, we are never getting nachos again if we kick his ass. You know that, right?
That's true. I'm not saying that's the first thing we do. I'm not gonna punch him right as soon as I go in there. I'm just saying, if it comes to it, we need to have a way to not kill him, subdue him, so that we can talk. All I'm saying is, does anyone have an idea for that?
Well, probably not using Sekim's blades on him. That would probably go over horribly.
Quite possibly.
Just takes it and runs again. Carries the whole casket like this.
Just like chucks it over his shoulder.
You're muted, Eric, if you're trying to talk to us.
Yeah, he just goes, time to go.
Well, you were saying something before that. I wasn't sure if you were talking to us. Okay, just making sure. Yeah.
I had a tiny child that was like, what you doing?
Stuff and things.
There's always the bees.
The bees can... They're instinctively going to cause damage.
Oh. Well, can you tell them not to? Just be inconvenient?
He can still get away from bees. I mean... I think that would just irritate him more.
Alright, well...
Well, there's 5 of us.
Yeah, I don't know what he can do. Maybe he can run at Mock Jesus like this one can. I've never actually seen him in action.
No. Well, let's...
I'd
actually,
say...
she calls...
What's that?
Let's call and ask. Carrie.
Okay. Oh, I have a burner phone, but I don't want to use it right now, so...
Sasha will call and put her on speaker.
Alright, so you call Kathy.
Oh, Kathy Karen, sorry. Too many names with Keith.
Maybe it's with a C.
Just don't give me these kind of existential crises.
Yeah, just wait till the next campaign with some of those names. Anyway.
I know.
So yeah, Kathy picks on the first ring. Have you found him? Is he okay?
On our way there. We are on our way there. Jaden found him. He's at a cattle ranch.
A cattle ranch. Did he go to his Cheros' place?
Cheros' place.
You would recognize that name. I may not be pronouncing it right because, Greek names.
Yeah.
It's the Rancher Cyclops.
Oh!
Full circle.
Bring it back around.
Because y'all found out that he had gotten jumped, but he had survived.
Yeah.
Yeah. And basically
Had to walk.
Yeah, went cross country back to his ranch.
And I would.
And he was one of them that Antony called in to help. So Antony clearly already knew him.
Yeah. I mean, it's entirely possible, and Sasha will kind of give the general area where they're heading to and see if that checks out.
She's like, yeah, because it's kind of north and west of the city, yeah.
Okay.
And kind of out in the middle of nowhere, because,
Yeah, Cyclops. That is good information to know, too, but the main reason for our call is we don't know what his mind will be when we just show up unannounced at a place he's likely not expecting us. Do you know any of his divine gifts, divine abilities?
Can he go Mock Jesus?
Can he go very swiftly, disappear, anything like that?
He's pretty quick. Not like Connor or Jaden though.
Okay.
His sword was given to him by his father. It's pretty nasty. It's basically a sword. It's just
enchanted.
Mm-hmm.
Extra oomph.
Now I've never seen him use it.
Okay.
But he does have an eagle standard.
I'd assume Hilarious would know the relevance of that, but Jeremy does not.
Every
Yeah.
legion had an eagle standard. Losing them was a very, very big deal. So him having one implies something troop related, maybe?
Maybe he could summon a troop.
It's entirely possible.
She goes, like I said, he has not been in the real
He hasn't
active
been out looking for
lifestyle,
fights.
right? In the time I've known him.
Sure. Like we don't think we're gonna go. We're not gonna go in and like bust his ass or anything. First of all, just because he's a good guy, I understand where he's coming from. It's just wrong.
We just want to hedge our
Just want to have our
bets.
bases covered.
Yeah, it's
Like Tillery
well,
said,
his family has never been good about
matters of the heart.
yeah.
Let's see. Never mind. That's. I'll ask that later as a joke. Let's see. Have a weakness against getting stabbed in the back. Multiple times.
The back, the side, the
That
front,
does remind me.
just
She would
everywhere.
mention his armor. He's got a suit of armor that his father gave him as well.
Just wear it every time with a glamour.
Big pardon?
It's possible.
Does he just wear it at all times with the glamour on or something?
No. As far as I know, it always looks like Greek armor when he puts it on.
Say, okay, so it's not like my coat. Got it.
No, it's not disguised at all.
Well, this is all helpful information. Truthfully, we're just making sure that he couldn't just make a break for it if we, just kind of walk it, and we don't know where his head's at right now.
Yeah. Other than Connor and Jaden, he could probably outrun the rest of you, but
Sure. Okay. This has been helpful. We're gonna go and talk to him and see what we get.
All right, try not to hurt him. I mean, I realize it may come to blows, but
It's much harder to hurt a Scion than it is to,
And
we have intimate knowledge of that now.
if nothing else, he's our friend and someone we respect. We don't want to go in there with, the idea of assaulting him as the first option.
Right. I just believe in keeping our bases covered.
Exactly. We want to know what his strengths are so we can basically fight as effectively as possible and reduce any damage on both sides.
Well, good luck. Let me know as soon as it's taken care of.
Absolutely. As soon as we
know.
we get to him and he's talking, we'll call you and you can speak to him.
All right. Well, or you can just tell him to get his ass home.
Yes.
Oh yeah, most
That's the plan.
definitely.
We don't have much time together. He's wasting it.
Point that out to him as well. We'll call you when we know. And goodbye, and hangs up. She doesn't Penelope the phone line. She does say goodbyes.
So what's the play here? Do we all just go in together? I can go in and try to talk to him, but we don't know where that's going to go. I'm pretty good at talking to people, but he's still all of our friend, and he probably recognizes that we're all here. That he wouldn't probably wouldn't come alone.
I'll leave that to you all. I'm not a talker. If he runs, I'll grapple him.
Definitely
grapple him, please. Don't beat his ass. It's not Kim.
could definitely cover the exits if nothing else.
Maybe the two of you could do that actually, since you're both pretty good at not being seen very well.
Covering the exits?
Just being at the exits, yeah.
Okay.
I think they just want the sneaky people to be sneaky, is what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
we could
the
also get in there.
Connor.
And... Go ahead.
Yeah, the Connor clone will he'll use walk unnoticed and just sort of sneak along.
Yeah, are we parking like near the road and walking up?
That's a good idea, actually.
That was my plan. It's like, yes, let's drive down the driveway. No, that'll give us
That's
away.
a bad idea. Yeah. All
Oh,
right.
well, Connor and I will walk up there. I'll keep my phone on and align to your burner and tell you guys what's going on. Just mute your side so it doesn't come through.
You got it. Well, it comes through up here.
Yeah, just, so like if you guys say anything, it doesn't come through.
Oh, sure. I got what you're saying. Okay. All right. Break.
Ooh.
All right, so who's approaching the house?
Hilarious.
And Robert.
Wait. Did you want the sneaky folks to go in first so they can kind of tell you what the house looks like?
No. We just wanted you there just in case he makes a break for it.
Okay.
Okay, so
Just
sneaky
like-
folks are
like
like
the
over
doors.
to kind of to either side, ready to cut them off if they make a break for it.
Well, but you want
Yes.
us to sneaky up there? Because, we can be unseen and then tell you guys, like, if there's, hey, Cyclops is out here. Hey,
Here.
he's sitting out, back with a shotgun.
That's true. You could. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good point.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
y'all can do that as well.
All right,
We
so
won't go in or anything. We'll let that to you guys, but...
All right, so then the sneakies get in a position, and the non-sneakies, a little bit later, just walk up.
Yeah.
All right, it's
So
hilarious
we'll
and
let them
Robert are walking up
scout
to the
ahead.
door. Then,
The sneakies would relay anything
uh,
pertinent.
well, once they kind of get them into the yard proper, if you will, the front door opens. A man ducks and comes out. You recognize his churros. If I'm saying that right.
Churros, good to see you.
He's still got Telarius, wasn't it?
Yeah, I start speaking in Greek.
He just kind of laughed. I appreciate the effort, but it's kind of rude to your friend here. I don't think Mr. Jones speaks Greek.
Just making sure. I don't remember. One of you only spoke Greek, and I do not remember. It's been a.
Oh no, that was Belisarius.
Okay.
Uh,
It just we haven't had like one-on-one interaction, so I just forget which one with who. I remember it being a Cyclops, and that was the extent of it.
Sasha over the corner.
Luckily,
Just like
he looks more
at the
amused.
mustache.
He does not look offended. Oh, so we all look the same. Okay. Though Belisarius was probably a good 6 feet taller.
Sure.
He was really kind of one of them oversized Cyclopses where this guy is
The guy.
a little
The
bigger
mountain
than say
with
Andre
one
the
eye.
Giant. I mean, it's he's
Okay.
almost within human proportions.
Yeah, it's just that little bit off of human proportions that it stands out.
He is armed.
And
Are you telling me that for my sake?
Just something you would notice given the circumstances.
Oh,
It's the same sidearm you saw him with at the Rubicon.
okay. So it's like just a big fuck-off pistol?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a cannon strapped to a board.
I don't guess I really have to ask why you're here.
No, but I was hoping we could resolve this, without resorting to that.
That'd be nice.
I like you. I don't want to have to fight.
And I understand why you're here. I mean, it's the fate of the city and all. I get that.
Kind of important.
Yeah, I'll be there to help you out if you need it. I've already fetched Belisarius. He's better not be eating one of my cows. He's around here somewhere. Probably back in the wooded area where he won't stand out as much.
Like,
Having said that, me and Antony go back a ways.
I understand that.
And it is the man trying to save his wife. I mean, he's kicking against fate, so we all know how that's going to turn out. But
that's kind of what I'm getting at. Like it's fate. Like what are we supposed to do to kick against that? Just kick it down the can a little later. Then what happens when Scylla destroys the town? Then what? Run to another town. Scylla destroys that town.
Well, I don't think Scylla's chasing her. It's just she's fated to fight Scylla again.
Yeah, that just means Scylla's going to pop up somewhere else. Doesn't mean that Scylla's actively chasing.
That's going to happen eventually anyway. Scylla's one of them you can't get rid of.
Right. I just don't think...
So are you here to talk him out of what he's doing?
We are attempting to speak.
Okay, and all of you that are...
invisible.
Walking unnoticed.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that you roll to contest that? Because this guy is not a trivial character. So he gets a chance to spot you.
Manipulation plus legend versus cunning plus legend.
Okay. Alright, so everybody that is hiding, or is walking unnoticed, give me a roll.
I'm going to roll manipulation athletics, because athletics is a 4 dot.
Okay.
General enhancement, 5.
And he did not get a single solitary success. On 6
All right,
dice.
well, you're both in the clear.
Yeah. No matter how poorly they roll.
Eric just like, whew.
The clone sneezes for some reason, and it's like, oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, I was sitting there going, oh no, I only got 2 successes.
See, now I'm picturing the clone sneezing, my boy here going, bless you, and then going right on the conversation without clicking that there's a person over there.
Let's do it.
It's like the back of his ears, it must be one of the farm hands or something.
Yeah.
Clone Connor just sweating.
It's got like a little rag like this.
So anyway, he had asked you,
Airplane.
are y'all planning to, are you going to try to talk him down, or is it going to come to, throwing hands?
I like Antony. I've known him since my whole time here. Just when we've really gotten, I'd say we've gotten to close since the Rubicon, but it's just, I would rather talk to him than do anything else. I do not want to inflict harm on him at all.
Okay.
Is the door open?
At some point during this,
No, he shut the door behind him when he stepped out.
Okay, but he didn't see. He rolled solo. He wouldn't notice this. So.
No, because your ability covers you could open a door and walk through, and people aren't going to notice it. Yeah, he didn't lock it behind him; he just shut it.
Sasha's just going to open the door and go inside, but carry on. I'm just letting you know she's doing that.
All right.
Are you rolling something, or are you?
I was debating it, but the trick is there's really no point. You're being sincere with him, so.
I'm not lying. Yeah.
All right. Since it's just the two of you, I can take you back there and let you talk to him. I'm going to ask you to leave your weapons out here.
Okay.
He just kind of gestures to the hood of his truck. You can just lay him up there. Nobody will bother him.
Yeah. Put him on the. I'll put my flashlight on the truck.
I'll put both the pistol and hammer up on the truck.
And elbow him and go. Unfortunately, I can't take these off yet. So.
Oh yeah, he nods. There's only so much you can do. He does kind of run his finger on the hammer. Oh, that's nice.
He's like, "Thank you, made it myself."
I saw you and that Viking chick fighting on the bridge.
Oh yeah.
Hammer, flaming axe. Some real Lord of the Rings kind of stuff.
All Robert can do is just smile.
It was very entertaining to watch in person when I wasn't sweating my entire being out.
Yeah, I haven't had a big tussle like that in quite a while.
Maybe I'll get your wish if that's what you want.
Oh no, the quiet life here is suiting me just fine. And
That's good.
he's walking you around the house.
Yeah.
Back towards one of the barns. There's a couple of barns here on the property, but Antony parked his truck back here. He's
Going to while we're walking, I'm gonna just grab one of my golden figs and just scarf it down real quick. Just like stress eating.
all right. So while he's doing that, Sasha was walking was going to duck into the house.
Yeah, she figured Anthony might be in there, but if he's not, she's just like, oh, well, nice house.
Having stepped in, kind of peeked in the living room, you can kind of see into the kitchen. There's a woman and he looks like a fairly young kid, but he's already probably 5'5". Imagine, a 10-year-old and then scale him up.
I have an image for this, actually.
But he's got 2 eyes.
Okay.
There's a woman sitting at the table, or she's actually standing up, kind of peeking out the windows. She's got a shotgun in her hand, and there is a huge ass shotgun laying on the table.
It's like no table's like.
There is no doubt who that shotgun belongs to and who's it scaled up for.
Okay.
The woman looks like just normal folk. Got a regular old double barrel.
Alrighty then. Because of her fortune purview, she can see fate bindings between characters. Do either of those ones have a fate binding between each other, or oh god, I can't remember his name now. Biggin.
It's Churros?
Churros, yeah.
She would probably have some kind of binding to him.
Okay.
If wedding vows cause some sort of connection. It doesn't take you much to guess this is his family.
Okay.
Like I said, the woman looks normal. The kid looks normal, other than just being big, really big for his age.
Yeah, and if they aren't alerted by the sound of her coming in or anything, she's going to very quietly exit again.
Yeah, neither one of them noticed. Like I said, the mom is peeking through windows, kind of keeping an eye out. The kid is sitting there with his cell phone, clearly playing something.
Yep. All right. Yeah, she just backs right back out.
And you hear some people moving around elsewhere in the house, but what is Connor Clone doing?
Really, Becca? Really? Connor Clone is... Let's see, the most armed active threat at the moment is the Cyclops, so he's probably going to be sticking around there if the other two are talking to him, as a just in case.
Okay.
When she comes out, Sasha will fall in behind the others as well.
Okay, they're walking at a reasonable speed, so you quick pick around and you can kind of double time it to kind of hustle up behind them. As you approach the barn, the door slides open slightly, and 2 people in what looks like Roman Legionnaire armor steps out. Neither one of them is Antony, though.
I'll elbow the Cyclops. Do I have to speak to them in their language? In our language?
He goes, I suppose they know Latin, but no, you don't have to. I think there's some magic involved where they know whatever language they need to.
Okay, good.
They identify themselves, Latin names, of course. Your escort tells them, they've left their weapons behind. They just want to talk to Antony. And one of them steps in to see if Antony will talk to you. While the other one's out there giving you the eye.
A hidden Connor is giving them the eye.
Sasha, these people are not alive. Not anymore, at least.
Fantastic.
They look pretty solid. To anybody else, they just look like people, but you can tell that, it's spirits or souls called back from the afterlife.
Okay.
A little bit later, the guard that stepped back in comes out. I say guard, the soldier. And they crack the door open enough that you two can walk in.
We're walking.
The general will see you.
The general.
Thank you. We know his last name, right?
Antony, I don't know for sure if I ever gave you it or not. I probably
I don't think it came up.
It may not have. And of course, as well organized as my notes are, I might find it by the end of the next campaign.
Fantastic.
We'll
be somewhere in the next campaign.
I've got a new scheme for the next campaign on how I keep my notes organized. Since the post-it notes with all y'all's names on it didn't work. Only Jaden's ever got a note put on it.
Oh, jeez.
Gave Gwen her phone number.
Yeah.
That was back before I changed Penelope's name to Penelope. Because the first time y'all met her, she didn't get a name. I was going to call her Gwendolyn, but I ended up changing it.
Oh well.
Well, I know for next game I'm gonna be doing like a captain's log thing.
I think I'm gonna do index cards for each system you go to, with just the basic information that I'll need for that system every time.
I love that we're like covertly spoilering this.
What?
Anyway, we go into the general's office.
So it's a large modern barn. So really, it feels like you're walking. It feels like the inside of a building.
Almost like a bunker.
Not quite that. Like I said, it's just modern barn with stalls, and you see milking machines off in the distance. Well, no, I take that back. He'd probably be a beef rancher, so probably not milking machine. But all the cattle have been emptied out, and the stuff's been repurposed. You see an eagle standard in the back. There's quite a few legionnaires in here. Like a dozen or so. It's not like you got an entire legion.
Just more skelly boys. It's fine.
Well, these guys
you're just using the stat block from the skelly boys, and you're moving them to this guy.
I don't know what you're talking
about.
Though Roman legionnaires, by their age, were not using the phalanx.
I'll go up and I'll say, General Antony?
Yeah. That's Father put me in charge of these guys, so that's effectively what my rank is as far as the 9th Legion is concerned. Do any of your characters have history?
History as far as, is that a thing we could take here?
Yeah, but there's no thing for history. There's academics.
History would be probably be a specialty for academics then.
Okay.
But yeah, if y'all wanted to roll academics, y'all could.
I got 5 dots in academics.
I got
academics. 4.
Yeah, okay.
I have nothing in academics, but it does pertain to my pantheon, technically.
Let's see.
The 2 people not in the room.
Do what now?
The 2 people not in the room. Rolling high.
Oh, that's right, because
We're invisible outdoors.
Yep.
Just hanging by the barn.
Because they let the three that walked up the
Hilarious
end, but they
and
shut the door
Robert,
behind.
Wow.
Robert got a success.
And it's sad because I at least have, what, 2 in academics and... Where is it? Intellect, I have 4.
Yeah, I got nothing. I wouldn't even count that as like a momentum. I just did that for shiggles.
I mean, I had 5 successes technically, but
We're outside.
yeah, I know.
The trick is both
Anyway.
of, as soon as the two of you find out, that it's the Ninth Legion, y'all know what the Ninth Legion is, but Robert, the best you can recall, the Ninth Legion sounds familiar. You think it's a legion that like just disappeared out of Roman history? You don't remember where they disappeared from, or when they disappeared.
They were here at some point, then for some reason they just gone. I don't know.
Maybe you saw part of a documentary or something that mentioned it.
History Channel.
Basically.
He was flipping over there for the alien show, but he got the last little bit of this Roman thing.
Yeah, it's like it's got nothing. Just we told our Cyclops friend, but like, don't mean you any harm. Not come in here with hostile intentions. It is cool to see you like how you operate, though. That's fascinating because I'm still new at this whole Scion thing. So like seeing how other Scions that aren't in my band work, that aren't a weird evil clone, or not evil clone, but like a weird dark mirror of my own.
I was trying to get away from all this. Father was pushing me towards apotheosis, but I don't think that's for me.
That's an interesting word. Apotheosis.
This man's a demigod?
Yeah, he didn't do apotheosis.
Oh, okay.
He said his father was kind of pushing towards that.
Yeah, I was just sitting here going, wait a minute.
What's apotheosis? I don't know.
He's like, oh, that's right, you're brand spanking new.
I am new at this. I am very new. I am researching as I go along, but that's a new word.
It's the act of going from mortal to God. Well, steps in that direction anyway.
Steps in that direction. Okay.
I don't actually know exactly what is actually to it. I didn't get that far along.
I don't blame you. Doesn't sound like a very pleasant thing to go through. It sounds like you mutating almost.
Or like a caterpillar becoming a butterfly. There's a lot of ways to look at it.
Sure.
I can't help but notice how the gods seem to lose their understanding of people when they advance to a certain point.
Yeah.
Father says that serves a purpose, that that you're becoming a higher being.
I heard that
to control higher things.
I heard some of that. I heard some of that similar from. What was the name of that group that was like Antony Scion that we fought?
Shoot, what was their name? Circle of the Impious or something like that?
Circle of the Impious. Truthfully, I heard some of that, some similar sentiments from the Circle of the Impious when we went up against them. I mean, obviously, the group that was here was the splinter group that took it too far, but the other group in London or out there.
But he goes, I've heard of the group. They resent the gods and the control they have over the mortal world, which I can understand. But there are things and forces that have to be kept under control that we don't have the capacity to do. I'm just not sure that next step up is for me.
With you on that, honestly. I don't think I'd have to look into it some more, but I don't think that's I want to stay much like you, connected with the people around me. I don't want to have that detachment. I like knowing the people on my block. I like going over to the Rubicon and having a drink and a big ass plate of nachos. I like drinking Samuel till he can't stand straight.
Which takes some doing for a satyr.
Yes.
So, what brings you by?
I think we both know. I think we've been dancing around it for a bit. Much as I don't like, I don't like to have to, come in. I understand matters of the heart probably a little better than most of my band, being, who I originate from, I guess is the word.
I'll be right back.
I don't want to have to do this, but it's fate, right? Like, what are we gonna do? Kick it down the can?
You mean kick it down the road?
Yes. I do mean kick it down the road.
Well, what am I supposed to do, Talarius? Just throw my hands up and let my wife die? I have to at least try.
Who's your parent?
Julius Caesar.
Really?
You see a couple of the legionnaires look at him. He goes, "The divine Julius Caesar." A lot of the emperors were deified after their deaths. They were. He kind of he lowers his voice, like, in respect to the legion. They're minor deities compared to the Big 12 or anything.
Sure. Still enough to grant powers.
Yeah. They're kind of their own pantheon, subservient to Zeus or Jupiter, but
yeah. No, that's the wrong. That's the Aesir, not the Daily.
What's it?
I just had a thought about dying in battle and all of that. That's the Aesir, not the Daily. Still figuring this out.
Oh, there's a lot of Romans that would take dying in battle over other deaths.
It's not you.
It wouldn't be a bad way to go if I was fighting for something worthwhile.
Is Olympus not worthwhile to you?
I'd put my life on the line for the city. I'm not putting Kathy's life on the line.
Metagaming
Kathy's
pigeon.
life is already on the line.
Metagaming
Kathy's life
pigeon
is already...
cuckoo.
What?
Metagaming pigeon cuckoo. Kathy did say he's wasting his time not being back there with...
I remember.
Okay. Cuckoo's out.
Working my way around there. Onto it. I don't like to say it, but Kathy's life is already bound to something else. And the time you have with her, you're not using it properly by being here instead of with her. Whatever time you might have left, you're here. You're not over there.
But if by some miracle this works, we could have years more time.
That's a miracle. What works?
Keeping Sleeping Beauty back there out of the fight. She's destined to fight Scylla again, but it doesn't necessarily have to be in the next few days.
In the next few days, Olympus just gets destroyed, and then what?
Y'all might be able to drive her off.
I don't
I mean, you guys
think
are
so.
fairly stout.
We are. This is still this is fighting a god.
Yeah, she was a minor god. She was in charge of like a
That was
river or
Julius
something.
Caesar, and look at what you got. I say that low enough to that the Legionnaires don't hear me.
I was about to say, the Legionnaires about to bristle up. What did you say?
It's like,
Bitch.
like they getting ready to square up. Like, boy,
The Gladius at my back now.
basically.
We heardest thou talking shit.
What
It's
thy
still
lackest thine ass.
It's still much more powerful than all of us, even as a band. That's why we asked for help in the first place with Belisarius and everybody else who came by.
You're wanting to save people. I get that. Trust me,
Wanting to save an entire
it
town.
tears me up that this may be putting the town at risk. Though after
Antony,
what they saw
this-
earlier today, that people should be evacuating the city.
Antony, this isn't maybe putting the town at risk. This is absolutely putting the town at risk. There is no may to this.
You don't know for sure that this is the fight
This has to be the fight.
that Bridget's got to be at. I mean, I'll admit it makes sense. She was there at the battle that essentially created Olympus, or created the circumstances for Olympus to come into
It
being.
would have been the next fight. Would have for sure been the next battle.
And you can see that the man
many.
is torn up about it. Robert, do you have anything to add to this?
Robert's is at a loss for words. Like, he wants to help, but at the same time, he's torn because he sees a man trying to protect his wife. He wants to have more time, and he can understand that. But at the same time, he's the whole Aesir thing of, you know, do you fight fate or do you run with it? Robert's conflicted at the same time, at the point of, she's bound to have to fight Scylla. That's a point. She's not going to get a free option. It's either she fights her in a few days or she won't have nothing to fight for at all. But he's not going to force him. He's not going to twist a man's arm and tell him, you have to do this. This is your only option.
What if you come back to town, spend as much time with Kathy as you have left? It's a precious thing, and I don't need to see the string of fate between you and Kathy to know it's there. But I can.
Let me ask you something, Hilarious.
Yes.
Your mother lives in town, right?
Yes.
So if somebody told you you had to sacrifice your mother to stop Scylla, what would your reaction be?
I'd be in a position similar to yours. But the difference between us is if divine fate is in on it, it's going to happen whether I want it to or not.
So you wouldn't fight against it? You wouldn't try to save your mother?
Do all I can to, help her out through it, but I have to succumb to fate at some point. We're still mortals.
And during this whole conversation, you can see Robert over to the side, just kind of him and his Charos are both just kind of standing there looking at you as you say something, looking at him. Both of them are just looking kind of awkward. Because Charos is married, so he gets both sides of it.
Yeah. What I would do is spend as much time with my mother as I could to make sure that she has the best time of her life. You could do the same thing.
All right, what are our people outside the building doing?
Counting boards on the barn right now. The character is the player's like, maybe we should have put the like quote unquote married couple in there to talk to the married man.
Yeah. But now Clone Connor's he's just chilling. He's
Same.
waiting until someone like makes a break. Like if Anthony tries to make a break for it, he's gonna go after him. But other than that, he's kind of standing guard, I suppose.
Yeah, just keeping an eyeball out for anything weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
Without knowing, Sasha would have probably like told Clone Connor, those guys are dead. Not like Skelly Boys dead, but they're not fully of this world.
Like spirits?
Spirit goes something like a little bit more chunky than a spirit.
Zombie.
Wraith?
Maybe, I don't know. Sasha, would Sasha know like their designation?
The Netir might have a particular name for it. You don't know what the Greeks would call it necessarily.
Yeah. Something
and
between,
it might not be
like,
the exact same thing anyway.
Yeah, something between like a ghost
All
and
mythology
a
is
zombie,
real,
probably.
So.
Revenant?
That might
I mean,
be
they look solid, they look living. It's just your spirit sense letting you see that they're not.
Yeah.
Could be revenants.
Could be ham sandwiches too. We don't know.
Oh, tasty.
Oh, man. Yeah, we have like skipped so many meals recently.
Yeah. Granted, I can go without, but damn.
How long do we wait until we just go in there?
I mean, you're free to. I'm just kind of waiting here until the shenaniganry begins, if it does begin. Hopefully it doesn't begin
I haven't heard any explosions, so we might be okay.
while I'm out here.
And clone, so you know better than to explode yourself or anything else.
Yeah.
So as y'all are sitting there talking, and you know this talking is going on, as the talking is going inside, y'all are talking outside. You see about 9 legionnaires.
Mm-hmm.
Slipping out. From where y'all are standing, y'all are kind of at the front of the barn. You see them kind of coming from behind the barn.
Okay.
8 of them almost look like pallbearers. They're all on one side of this big thing they're carrying. And they, with the kind of the 9th one out in front.
Do you want to follow and I'll go in?
Talking quietly in Latin and anytime one of them makes a little bit of noise, it's like, and they're like, it's like they're sneaking around maybe to the truck.
Connor's gonna take a look with his 5 history. Goes, wait, are those 9th Legion?
You keep an eye on them. I'll go inside.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Pap on shoulder. Goes inside.
Gently walks up to those 2 guards, eases the door open, slips in, eases it shut. Roll to see if Antony notices you.
Do you want me to go ahead and make a roll for stealth for the Legionnaires?
Yeah, you can if you want to.
I think it's that.
Okay.
3.
Okay, he rolled a bit better this time. Ooh, I did drop it out. Alright. Unfortunately, he only
Joke's
got
on
2,
you.
so. Alright, so he got 2. You said you had 3 total?
Yeah.
Alright, so he does not notice you.
Well, once she
It's
gets
like you
close
see
enough.
his eyes kind of flicker up when the barn door opens.
It's
but
just
then he
the
like
wind.
refocuses on Telarius.
I got a 4 to stealth. This is with walk unnoticed active, but
Oh yeah, the Legionnaires aren't seeing you then. You just follow them as they march around the house quietly, start loading the, there's tarps over it. It's like wrapped in tarps, like straps that they were carrying it with.
yeah.
Like you would use for moving furniture and stuff. And they're loading it up in the truck.
And I'm just picturing it on like a big old dolly, and
The ninth one sees the weapons that were left on the hood. He picks up the flashlight. Like, I don't know, like he doesn't know what that is, and he looks at the gun. The hammer he kind of picks up, like, and they're speaking to each other in Latin.
Connor's just kind of like right there, leaning against the truck, just watching this.
But he winds up setting the item to the side. They're not,
Okay.
is Telarius sitting down, like on anything, or a bench or something?
No, they're standing up. It's
Yeah.
I picture it like they're standing, and like I picture Antony at like a desk or something, very dramatic.
There is a desk further back. When y'all walked in, Anthony got up from it and walked around front. So,
Okay.
so y'all are all standing here talking in front, and there are legionnaires kind of all around him. Like I said,
Around
10 or so.
Antony, or around like the entire group?
Around the entire group. If a fight breaks out, Telarius and Robert are surrounded.
But I say we're outnumbered.
Well, yeah. There's just no subtle way to suddenly appear.
None of the legionnaires have their swords drawn, but most of them have spears in hand.
Oh, yeah, that's
several of them have their shields.
Okay.
Robert will just
You're gonna
kind
risk getting
of
stabbed again.
Robert will just kind of quietly just like, I gotta ask, what would it take right now just for you to go spend time with her? Even just for a little bit. What would it take for you to feel secure to do that? Just for a bit. She misses you.
If
She's
I had your
literally
word that you wouldn't take Bridget into town or wake her up.
Sir, if it'd make you happy, I would build her a personal box around her with only one way to open it. If that's what you wanted.
You would have to unload her from the truck first.
Everybody goes.
Where are
She's
you
got
as you do this?
She's got her hand up. She's probably like off to. If
You behind
Robert and
Antony?
Telarius, no, not behind Antony. She's if she's gonna get stabbed, she's not near any of the allies. But she also has her
Okay.
hands up, like I'm not a threat.
That was sick and dramatically appropriate.
Trying to find out what the Romans called witches.
Oh, good.
Probably just witches.
Yeah, it would translate to.
That's
English.
true. That's true. Their stuff is translated. So yeah, the legionnaires closest to you are like, witch,
Yeah,
and they kind of form
I'm
up and
called
drop a
worse.
spear towards you.
she's still got her hands up, like I'm.
Antony
Here
kind of
with
just
the same-
gestures you forward. All right, where's Connor?
With
Wait.
the 9 gentlemen.
Well, I'll say if you want to be truthful, he's in the city. Because that's where Connor's at.
Technically, Connor's several places. It's confusing.
Yeah, well, he's familiar with that aspect.
The one that
but you had said something about the men with the truck when you first appeared. And it's
Yeah.
like that just suddenly clicks with Antony. He's like, shit. And then he runs past y'all. To the men, he shouts, keep him here.
Linked Connor
Um,
might notice a moment of panic.
Yeah, Prime Connor's panicking, and he's mentally like, all right, what the fuck just happened?
Residual panic after the clones.
Well, Prime
Panic.
Connor might be,
Bard.
occupied or distracted.
I'm gonna.
News reports are
He's
coming
just
in.
walking
would-
right past us.
Joshua would know about that.
Do what now?
And he
What
can.
now to who?
Yeah,
Sorry.
which do what first?
All right.
Yeah.
Do what do?
Connor in town.
Uh-huh.
All the new, every station that got a news chopper's got that over the lake. They've been
Okay.
spotting, large forms
Oh,
under
spotting
the
2020.
water.
Multiple forms?
No, there's been multiple sightings.
Oh, so she's active, basically.
Seems to be like swimming back and forth. And then
Okay.
Pacing.
basically, as this is starting to go down, there's some footage of her coming up onto the beach and knocking, like, one of the little factories, businesses that sits right on the shoreline, kind of
Yeah.
coming up and like wrecking one of those buildings before going back off into the water.
She came in like a.
Okay.
Most of the stuff right at the shoreline has been evacuated, so
Right.
there was only a bare handful of people there.
Okay.
And you said Antony walks like past us.
Yeah, he like runs past.
I put a hand on him and I activate overwhelming chaos.
What does that do?
Oh
And
no!
you're gonna have to roll to make contact, because
Okay.
And of course, the Legion
It's
may
short
very-
range. I don't think I actually have to make contact.
Oh no!
And of
Yeah, if
course,
it's short
the,
range,
the Legion may
Yeah.
very well.
stabby
fair.
stab.
Though Antony has got a sheet.
Uh-huh.
Well, yeah, he's a
Ooh.
scion.
You overload a machine's gears or a person's mind with concentrated entropy. A targeted character must struggle simply to maintain coherent thought. At each turn, if they wish to take an action, they must combine it with a strength plus athletics roll at difficulty 2. Non-trivial characters are rendered catatonic for the scene.
You mean trivial characters?
No, it says non-trivial characters.
Okay. Do they roll to resist it in some way?
There's no clash.
About to say I want to say that is a typo. I think
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
that's
they
got
I think
to
they
be, otherwise
meant
it's just-
trivial characters are rendered catatonic.
Because that's
Yeah,
just
'cause-
OP as crap. If you can just drop you could drop a player like that with just one something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's
Um,
non-trivial has to make the roll to form coherent thought, but trivial.
Now,
is
does
just
it say that you have to make physical
But-
contact?
it's short range.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
yes.
Truthfully, I could have done it at any time.
so it's within 30 meters.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'll say if this doesn't work, if Clone Connor does see Antony tearing out of the barn,
Well,
And-
you're around in the front of the house at this point. You wouldn't see it until he got there.
well, yeah, he's with the truck.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's where he is.
Yeah, it's just around in front of the house.
What was that ability called again, Dicka?
Overwhelming chaos.
Overwhelming chaos. There might be a errata for it. I'm not sure.
I want to say that should be trivial characters are rendered catatonic.
Yeah, because like he was saying, it would make sense for you to just do that, because that could literally take anybody out. Just boop.
What did you do? I used overwhelming chaos on Loki.
Exactly. Being the chaos child he is, it's just like, yes, I just do this on you, Loki. Boop. It's like, no, that's too easy.
Alright. Scion, second edition errata. Let's just see.
Roll F. Overwhelming chaos.
Why RPG? Drive through RPG. Why not just have a link on your flipping site for it?
Too easy.
Apparently.
yeah,
Apparently it's too easy.
apparently so.
It must be as crunchy as the rest of the game.
And then when it signs me in, it takes me to the home page instead of what I had just clicked on. Groovy. All right. This is great radio.
Bizarre, because there's like this is one of those things that there should be a clash for.
Yeah, I mean,
think,
that's the
but there
trick.
isn't.
Yeah,
Is you're dealing with
Yeah.
first drafts.
all right, and what page is that ability on? Do you have it pulled up?
It's in the chaos
I don't have it pulled up.
review.
It's in the chaos, so it's really early on in the
Is it
boons.
heroes?
It's in
Yeah.
heroes, yeah.
Let's just word search chaos.
Oh, that's not going to help.
I don't think that's gonna work. You can do overwhelming chaos and it'll bring it up pretty quickly, I think.
All right. No.
Trick is, this is very flavorful for Teleris to have, because you can also render a machine inert with this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the power absolutely makes sense. The fact that you can do that to another Scion
Chaos.
or an actual
boom,
demigod or anything, nobody gets to make a save against it. Is
243.
just seems way overpowered.
Well, it has a save in there.
Oh, what's
but
the
it's,
save?
Does it have a clash?
It doesn't have a clash, but on each turn, if they wish to take an action, that one, the stamina athletics roll at difficulty 2.
Okay.
Yeah, he can absolutely roll that. That's
Okay,
not...
he's got something he can roll to keep doing things. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, there's
He's
not an
not
initial
doing things.
clash.
Got you. So you put that on him. Well, he's obviously doing
So
something,
you
so let
might-
him roll. And what was it he had us to roll for that?
Stamina,
Dexterity and
athletics,
athletics. Or stamina, yeah. Sorry.
Alright, you got a stamina of 5.
difficulty 2. Yeah, I think
Difficulty
I
is
agree
2.
with the non-trivial characters rendered catatonic. Is probably trivial characters should be rendered catatonic.
Yeah.
Though he flubs the roll, it is effectively what's going to happen to him. Though he gets to
Yeah,
make the roll the next round. Where trivial characters, I imagine, are just out when you do that.
yeah.
This game is not kind to trivial characters.
Well, yeah.
Well, you're dealing with gods.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
One of the
I didn't say it didn't
gods
make
make
sense.
trivials.
Yeah, so once you start like leveling up the higher tier stuff too, then even stuff like Scions start turning trivial when you get far enough.
It's difficulty 2, so as long as he gets 2, he's good.
Okay, well he got 3, so he's fine.
Yeah, so he's fine. So he might stop for a second and then keep going.
He sort of half stumbles. It's not so much that the Legion immediately attacks you. Where if he had like screamed and collapsed or fallen out,
Our ass would have been.
I'm not making any move to like grab him or anything either.
Okay.
So, but the trick is he has to keep doing that every round.
Yeah. So 2 of the guys pull the door open for him as he runs up, and they shut it behind him.
And that will last for the entire scene. I literally cannot reclaim it. I can't reclaim that legend until the scene is over.
That's actually how a lot of the abilities work, I think.
Yep.
Well, it said it specifically in this one for some reason.
All right, so what are the what do you? Yeah, I can talk. Those of you in the barn, what actions are you taking, if any?
Fine.
Sasha's not going to make any threatening movements. She's.
It was just that one little bit of eye contact that he made when he started running. Just all it took.
Something's going on back in the city. She like points at the back of her neck. Just
I wouldn't be surprised if Gaia was like, Scylla, activate.
form of a pain in our asses.
If anything,
Ischaros pulls out a huge cell phone.
It is the Nokia brick.
Uh,
I'm That's amazing.
I love that.
He goes, I had a buddy of mine, is more into this sort of stuff. He converted a tablet into a phone for me.
Okay, now I can see it.
That's a
Yeah.
great idea, actually. I'm going to do that for Shauna next time.
That would
Shauna
be
gets
great.
her. We have to get her like an otter box for it of some kind.
Right.
He's like,
Some kind of little fanny pack made for her.
yeah, Scylla's getting more active.
That would explain.
Do you have anything I can see? Or is it
He
just
shows a video
news?
of her knocking the building down.
Oh no.
Well,
Am I
There's-
okay? Oh, good.
There's probably video of Connor like very shortly afterwards landing with Sean and like evacuating people.
You could probably show up, and like I said, there were just a handful of little skeleton crew present, so you could show up and help the EMT guys or first responders
Yeah.
dig them out.
That's basically what he's doing. Is he's working rescue for the moment.
So there was a couple of fatalities, but not a lot because of how few people there were there.
it had already been evacuated for the most part.
Yeah, for the
Yeah.
most part. And she,
They were just determined to
she
stay
came
there.
out, she smashed that building around a little bit, and she slinked back into the
The
lake.
briny depths.
It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. This is delaying this. This isn't delaying that. This is delaying us being able to handle that.
Yeah, the Legionnaires don't look particularly sympathetic.
I'm not talking to the Legionnaires. I'm talking to our Cyclops friend.
I'll be honest, I was hoping you could talk some sense into it. I
Yeah.
think it'll be
Ah.
easier on him if he accepts
Has
it
he-
and makes the decision kind of on his own. But
Did he ever ask her what she wanted?
who, Caddy?
Yes. I have a feeling she's accepted her fate more than he has.
That's possible.
And if he's not there to stop her,
That's kind of what he insinuated when I asked where Kathy was when he showed up. I think he left her behind because she wouldn't come.
Yeah. Well, he just disappeared. He didn't even tell her where he was going.
Almost like
the hard way.
almost like he thought she'd sick some people on him.
Imagine.
It's like they
She
know each
means
other.
well.
Oh yeah, she's a good one. All right, round front. Oh, let me go.
Yeah.
Inside the barn, y'all start hearing some shouting from outside the barn.
Oh, he probably saw him.
The
Good chatting,
doors
bad
kind
chatting.
of fly open again. One of the Legionnaires comes in, basically shouting, that the general just fell over.
Oh, uh-oh. He didn't make the save.
Is he okay? Is he breathing?
One of the Legionnaires, he hears that, he immediately snaps his eyes around on Sasha.
Believe it or not, I have nothing to do with this.
What did you do to him, witch?
For the love of God.
The witch has cursed the general.
He turned into a newt. He'll be fine. No. She does not say that. I have nothing to do with this.
Look, we're Scions. You're not. Let us see the general. Maybe we can do something to help.
One of the Legionnaires that seems to be, his outfit's a little fancier than everybody else's.
Like a lieutenant.
Other than Antony's.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what the individual rankings were, markings were, but in the legions, but
Centurion, Legate.
Of course you.
well, I mean, as far as the physical, what they would wear to
Oh.
identify themselves.
He's got a gold star or something.
Got a gold star, yeah.
He tried.
But he snaps for
Oh,
a couple
I'll
of
look
men
at
to go
that.
get him. And for somebody to bind the witch.
Do
For
not
the-
find the witch.
She's like, if it makes them feel more secure, it's not a big deal. She just puts her hands out, like, whatever. Make sure Connor doesn't go off.
Well, he has to see it first before he can.
Exactly.
Robert stands in front of her.
Okay, he did much better that time. So the doors are left open now, and y'all can see a couple legionnaires are helping him up, and he kind of shoos them off and takes off again.
He made a full recovery.
It's a miracle.
Stop binding Sasha.
She's like looking between Robert and Hilarious now. Like, I know it was probably one of you, and she's looking more at Hilarious. Like, this seems like something you would do.
They're not saying anything.
The Cyclops is just kind of leaning against the wall at this point. Like, he knows one of y'all did something, but he doesn't make any accusations. Connor, you might have heard a little commotion, and then Anthony comes running around the corner.
Okay.
And you are still walking unnoticed?
Yes.
Alright, give me a roll for that.
Alrighty. It's manipulation legend?
I believe so.
Okay.
It is manipulation legend.
Alright, so 3 successes? Or maybe 4 if you want to count his stealth specialty? I'm not sure how you want to do that. Since he was actively working on hiding while under the ability still.
I thought you were propped against the trailer, or propped against the truck.
No, you're right. Yeah, I did say he did that after he got up there. So yeah, no, never mind. 3.
Acting a little, got a little hubris going on because you were, it's only trivial targets, I don't care.
It's just skinny boys.
But he
Great
only wound up
skinny
with 2
boys.
successes this time, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Earth purview, just... Wait, you don't have that anymore.
But yeah, he rounds the corner. The Legionnaires look surprised. They finish strapping the whatever is under the tarps in the back.
Yeah.
He looks at them. He sees that everything's okay. He looks around, and then he raises his voice. Connor, I know you're out here somewhere.
Do you answer?
Nope.
Take the keys.
He does. He's
And then he falls over again.
Bless.
Which one of? Good idea, actually. Which one of the Legionnaires has the key to the to the truck?
You haven't seen where any of them had the key, though. One of them has walked into the house.
Okay.
And the rest of them scramble over to pick him up.
Mm-hmm.
And as that's going on, the Legion that went in the house comes back out of the house with somebody that looks like one of the ranch hands.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got car keys in his hand.
Okay.
Not for long.
Hey, is
At
he
this-
okay? He's looking over at where Anthony's falling now.
At this point, Robert's gonna kind of get better lined up to where and just kind of shut down the way. Anthony, have you thought about what your wife has wanted? Did you even remotely think to talk to her? She may have accepted her fate better than what you have, and she wants to spend her last moments by your side. Have you given that consideration?
From over the house, you just hear, "Shut up!"
I will. So
Shut the F up.
is the rancher that has the keys? Is he distracted by this show happening?
Well, he doesn't see, Roman legionnaires running around all that often. But he does work for a Cyclops, so the bazaar is not,
The Bazaar is not freaking him out too much.
Well, yeah, but what I mean to say is is he not really paying a
Is he more
massive
focused
amount
on
of attention?
Antony on the ground?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the shouting back and forth. Yeah, it's a. I mean, he's distracted. I mean,
Okay, cool. Clone Connor is just while under Wakano's gonna walk by since he sees the keys.
yeah. Well, they're
And-
clutched in the guy's hand, so it's not like you're pickpocketing him.
Okay. Let me double check that knack.
Au contraire.
Well, depending on how the knack's worded, yeah.
Yeah.
The knack just says, "This is mine now."
Right.
Yeah,
Where'd you get that baby? Oh, it's that pregnant woman that walked by. She hasn't noticed yet.
Oh no!
Oh,
Oh no!
no!
That's
No!
the wrong. That's the wrong purview for Connor anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Good lord.
It's more fertility.
Fertility,
Okay,
deception, death.
Yeah. Let's see.
Sasha.
Well,
One thing it does say is you cannot steal an item that is currently in use.
Okay, well, he's got it in his hand, so.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not going to stop you. That doesn't stop you from walking up and just manhandling it away from him with,
Elbow check.
your epic strength or whatnot.
Well, he's a clone, so he's going to be keeping quiet as much as possible.
What's the chances that a farmhand would pop you?
What is the chances that 9 Legionnaires or Antony will?
Antony ain't at his best. The Legionnaires, yeah.
The Legionnaires
He's
might
kind of
turn around.
catatonic, right?
Could jump on top of the
Anthony's
building.
currently catatonic.
Well,
Probably
yeah,
actually-
I'm waiting.
the clone is just he's keeping an eye to see like, okay, what's going on?
After making that big loud spiel towards Antony, he's gonna look to Larius and be like, well, at least I put in my 2 cents.
Appreciate it, buddy. Could have used that like 20 seconds ago.
Can we go out there, looking at the Legionnaires and the Cyclops?
Clearly,
This
something's
is-
wrong with Antony.
We were told to keep
We're
you here.
Scions. You're not.
You can come with us.
We were told to keep you here.
Oh my god, I'm flipping military.
Antony, let us take a look at you.
The Cyclops just kind of nods. Yeah, it's Roman discipline.
Romans.
I ain't pretty to the choir here.
I'm waiting for a scene to happen where he gets in the getting in the truck and then just
Crashes it into a tree.
No. He just he collapses and his head just headbutts the car horn.
That would be fantastic.
That's about
for
No,
right.
the Legionnaires load him into the passenger side,
Mm-hmm.
and the farmhand gets in the other one. Crank the vehicle up.
If either of you have something, now's the time.
That sounds like my truck.
Stealing your truck.
Clone
Yeah,
Stealing
Connor
your
that's
truck.
right.
is this looking at the truck, is this he's talked to Robert a few times. Is this a front wheel or a rear wheel drive?
Oh, I don't like where this is going.
It may be a 4-wheel drive
4-wheel?
because
Okay.
it's not like off-roading
Lift it
around
straight
here,
up.
but you do have to do stuff in the field and
Right. Clone Connor is where are the Legionnaires around the truck?
they're standing to one side at this point because the truck's actually backing up and moving at this point.
Okay.
They seem to be on alert. They're looking around, because Antony was thinking there was somebody here, so they're keeping an eye out.
Yeah. Clone Connor is going to, since no one's noticing, he's going to slip into the bed of the truck.
Okay.
And wait as he'll wrap his arms sort of like around where it doesn't like pinch the tarp to make it noticeable, the coffin or the
Okay.
the thing.
Well, it's a big
No.
crystal
The
thing.
coffin.
It's very
Yeah.
coffin shaped.
Yeah.
What happened?
Though none of the
Dumbass.
jostling
Stole the
around seems
coffin.
to have moved her inside the thing at all.
Yeah.
I can't see the truck from where I am, can I?
No.
No.
When you look at it, you
No.
see a little bit of the backyard and like the back of the house.
That's what I figured. That's why I haven't That's why I haven't tried to imbue it again on the truck itself.
No, there's a strong part of me that just wants to do pillar of earth and just have a complete brick just around the truck.
Just lift the truck up about 3 feet and its tire's just spinning.
Huh? Yeah, could just like have it slightly tilt.
Well, it's a 4-wheel, so it'll probably drive over that and then flip.
Good lord, neighbor, why are you playing that so loud?
Your mic's not picking it up, so it's okay.
Okay.
Meanwhile,
So
you
yeah,
can hear
they
the
start
vibration
driving
in the other
away.
room.
The windows of the truck are down, so Connor, you can hear that farmhand inside asking Antony, "Are you okay?" And Antony seems to be, having moments where he's up and alert, and then he kind of fades out again.
Okay, Connor's gonna wait until he notices him fade out again, where he's not paying attention, and then out of the bed of the truck with the coffin.
It's like kidnapping or theft.
It's theft.
Both.
He is clearly treating this person as an object.
But I say technically both, but
He is
yeah.
clearly treating this person as an object. This is theft.
Absolutely.
So the
we're
driver
never getting
doesn't
nachos
notice.
again.
The driver doesn't notice.
Mm-hmm.
You leaping off causes the truck to do like that.
Yeah.
Oh, weird speed bump.
But yeah, I mean, it's a rough road anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even really sure it'd be fully paved.
Probably
If
not.
it's to a cattle ranch, probably not.
In rural Nebraska, probably not.
Probably no good.
To a Cyclops cattle ranch, probably not.
I say it's probably got potholes galore, baby.
It's like it's a little divot. I just walk through that. It's fine. Just don't let the cows near it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's at least graveled,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I specifically waited till because he was watching in the mirror until he noticed Anthony go lose his mind again, and then gone. And the clone will use Heavenly Stride to just disappear once the truck sort of pulls far enough away.
Honor!
So you just hit mock Jesus and just back to town?
That is the question. Are you going back to town with it? Gonna take it back to the ranch?
Well, so he'll perch in a tree at first. And
This
You
thing's
know,
kind of
like-
heavy. I mean, it's no problem for Connor, but it might be a problem for the tree.
well, yeah, for
Us-
the lower, thicker branches.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll shoot a text to Sasha's so I got the goods. Town or back to you?
She has her hands currently tied.
Okay, he'll once she doesn't respond, he'll text everybody.
Hilarious, you have a
In the
text
group.
come in.
Larry gets a text.
It says, I've got the goods. Want me to come back to you or go to town?
I'll lean forward and whisper as much to Sasha.
Both would be looked for. Safe house.
I'll mentally text that back. Safe house.
Aye, mon capitan. And then the clone will zip away with the coffin to his safe house.
Because the safe house still has
Still has the
the
scrying ring.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It is masked from scrying.
Yep.
Mhm.
That is where he's going.
Okay, well, it'll take you a little while to get there, but even at your speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's moving at Mock Jesus speed, but yeah.
But he's also moving unnoticed, so it's not like only
Stealth Roadrunner.
only big things like, I don't know, Gaia would notice you.
Yeah, it's basically just, is that a gust of wind?
No, just some
Man,
weird
weather's
guy
so fucking weird in Nebraska.
Mhm.
toting a crystalline coffin.
Best
Well,
not
it's in
to
the
ask
tarp
questions.
still.
No. So you
Tarps
just hear that
are
rustling
flapping in the
plastic.
wind and probably aren't surviving the speed you're traveling at all that well.
But yeah,
Jeez, this
the tarp has probably fallen off at this point, but yeah.
I'm just gonna cross my arms and like lean on the desk and wait.
Can any more shit hit the fan? Possibly. Is the fan coated yet?
Well, Scylla could come back out. Oh, wait, it already happened.
Oh, she hasn't gone on a full rampage yet, though
Yet.
she's at least destroying dock work and facilities along the lake bed, so that's a start.
We've already been evacuated, so
They're mostly evacuated. People still died.
Well, fatalities are bound to happen in this situation. Hopefully, the mayors of both Olympus and the towns over
Alpharus.
are taking this into consideration and actually getting people away as best they can. I hope. Now, again,
So I
I
will
seriously
say,
doubt so.
I will say Connor Prime, like if it's not Scylla, like if it's lesser creatures that are like coming out and doing bullshit, then him and Shauna will absolutely be out there engaging them and putting them down.
There are some creatures that seem to be trying to take advantage.
Burninate the countryside.
He's not gonna
Burninate
It's
the
not
Yes,
gonna
Shauna's the one
burn
trying
us.
to take advantage. Hey, I dug this one out, but it's already dead. Can I eat it?
No!
What if I've already started?
Like, bopping on the head with the newspaper. Spit it out! Spit it out!
I could see
No.
Drop it! Drop it!
Jeez.
What do you have in your mouth? Drop it!
But yeah, that's what he would do. Is he like for lesser creatures that are taking advantage of the chaos? He'd absolutely be out there fighting them and putting them down, so chaos doesn't spread too much.
When you're cleaning up one of the attack sites, there is an incident where some of the other workers are like, "Hey, where's Bob going?" And he's just sort of walking along towards the water.
Oh,
Connor,
great.
Go out there, haul him back.
You see a woman's head sticking out of the water, singing kind of softly.
I told you! Get!
Connor, like he just look at her, his eyes light up with fire.
It's not a specific siren you've seen before, but
Yeah, he just channeled his visage Crate Daryl, just like
Ain't got time for you.
basically, he's like, I don't got time to deal with your bullshit.
and there are reports of other creatures prowling around near the shoreline.
Yeah, he'd be out and about. Him and his clones. There'd still be one with the tree, but him and his two other clones would be out prowling the shores and trying to keep the place as safe as possible. Because he knows he can't fight Scylla on his own. Absolutely not.
Oh, sure he could. For, a round or two.
Mm-hmm.
But think what a
I'll
glorious
be
way
back
to go
in
out
just a
would be.
sec. I got a potty.
Alright. Yeah, that would be what Connor Prime is doing, anyway.
Looks over at Robert. Any over-under on how long it takes him to notice?
It's probably going to be a minute. Good guesstimation. Backcountry road, being bumpy. May not have noticed him.
Current physical, mental afflictions.
Oh yeah, no. If he's doing like he was doing a moment ago, going in and out, knowing our boy, he would have waited for an opportune time.
10 minutes, you think?
He kind of looks at her and smiles. Bet.
So,
If we're allowed back into the Rubicon, nachos.
so
You
30
got
minutes
it.
later, at this point, y'all are all just kind of sitting around. Sometime in that time, you heard a door of the house shut. Sound like a screen door coming, slamming shut. You hear one of the Legionnaires stop somebody, and you hear a fairly agitated woman telling this is her dad blamed bar, and she'll walk in there if she wants to.
Damn right.
And then she comes in, she's looking around, and she looks at is Cheerio. What's going on? Who are the? And then she kind of goes blank, and she recognizes. Why is she tied up?
I'm a witch, apparently.
They think she's a witch.
Well, you know, I mean,
It's the whole appearing out of nowhere thing that spooked these obvious Romans.
Yeah, and then Antony went a little blah, and they thought it was me that did it, and it wasn't me that did it, but witch.
I love it.
Yeah, she's
Went a little
just a witch now.
I'm going to add that to my resume.
she's like, yeah, these fellas seem to have a little chip on their shoulder about women.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Romans.
that tracks.
She looks at her husband again. Well, can I put the gun down and you know, the boy's complaining about being hungry. He kind of tells her, yeah, you know, I'm probably gonna hang out here until this wraps up. It ain't going either way, either of the ways I was expecting it to. And as she walks off, he's like, I was really hoping y'all either talk him down or, you know.
I
Beat the tar out of
tried.
him?
We tried.
Uh,
Oh,
we-
I don't want to beat the tar out of him with all these people like here with their
Yeah,
fucking
no.
spears.
I agree. I've been stabbed enough.
I was fixing to
I
say,
do
man's
things.
got his own personal legion. We kind of are outnumbered, regardless of the fact that we're Scions or not. Enough stabs and we still fall.
None of them are alive, technically.
But eventually you hear the truck pull back into the driveway. A little bit later, Anthony walks in. This is gonna be long enough. I won't say it's a different scene. Imagine you've had the little, a really short
The opportunity to
montage
play
of y'all
back.
sitting around bored.
Yeah, that's what I say.
Maybe
Like,
occasionally cutting
they
to
just have
town
to
where
arm-
Connor's actually doing things.
Yeah.
We've just pulled up a live feed somewhere and just watching that on Hilarious' phone.
I probably
Yeah,
would've
that
looked
tracks.
I would have probably looked at one of the Legionnaires and like been like, "You got cards? You like playing? You know,
Hard game
poker,
with one of the
general."
Legionnaires.
They were
Ow.
probably more of dice gaming.
Mm-hmm.
The Romans were big on board games, but we don't actually know the rules for most of them anymore. So,
Just play
And-
rollsies for like 20
you know, but
hours.
so soldiers probably packed dice because I think almost everybody packed dice back then.
Oh, they had to have some form of entertainment.
Well,
It-
read the Bible. Hey, we gotta find who's gonna be a new disciple since old Judas hung himself. Somebody bring out the dice. All right.
Tracks.
Anytime it says
Yeah.
casting lots, they were rolling dice.
Yep.
Which was
Uh,
probably the equivalent of flipping a coin. You know, it was just something random you did.
They let RNG really be their factor in back in the day. Which, if the Legionnaires wouldn't play cards, he would have looked at the Cyclops. You want in?
Texas Hold'em.
Sure.
Antony comes back, everyone's just sitting around watching stuff on a phone or playing cards and dice. Barn is in shambles.
He looks pissed. Where is she? He looks a little surprised that the Legion is still standing. He's like, oh, okay.
Robert like puts down a card or two. It's like, what you mean, bud?
Please don't BS me about this. Where did Connor take her? I know it was Connor.
Oh yes, you are
Technically.
correct. It was Connor, but wasn't Connor. But that's beside the
Yeah.
point. Yes, you are correct. He did take her. He plays another card. Unfortunately, on that factor, it is not be a place that you can track.
One of the legionnaires behind you kind of pops you in the back of the head with his staff. Answer the general's questions.
He's not answering incorrectly.
She's somewhere safe. And darn. She ain't gonna be harmed. She's not gonna be awoken. She's not have her box open up. She'll be fine.
You promise you won't open the box?
I won't.
Sir, you have my word. If I have to build you a dwarven vault with dwarven runes scribed to where only there's one way to open it, your wish shall be granted. If that will make you feel more comfortable.
Connor somewhere just.
Hey, you awake? Hey.
I was about to say, Connor, the one not there at all.
Sasha will look over to Chilarius. Could you, and like makes a phone texting motion. Relay that. Leave it be. Just make sure it's secure.
But he'd be like, again, Anthony, we understand she's precious to you. You don't want to lose your wife. But right now, the current version of your wife that is still up and walking around wants you. We're not going to bother the one sleeping. We promise you that. We will leave her be as long as it is possible.
Sasha, go ahead.
I send Connor a long text that is it goes around the point, and there are several letters that are bolded, and the bolded letters all spell out "open the casket."
No!
Please don't.
All right, by this time, Clone Connor has gotten back to the safe house.
It's a long text that just says, "Hey, you know, we're talking with Antony. Things are going well. He told us not to open the casket." But in bold letters, every like few letters is bolded and says, "Open the casket."
Please don't.
Does he put the casket in the barn or in the house?
He will put it in the vault under the barn.
Well, looks like I got to work early. I get it, but anyway.
Connor seeing that and goes, right now?
Sasha, can someone just untie me?
And then he never looked at Anthony. Anthony kind of gestures, and one of them walks over and takes the rope.
Thank you. While they're continuing talking, she's just going to dial on her phone something.
But again, Robert would just continue on. Our goal when we came here originally was not to open the box or disturb her. But your current version of your wife misses you. That's why she had us come look for you in the first place.
She's on the line right now if you want to talk to her, and just hands the phone over.
He looks like that's the last thing he wants to do.
Good luck. I've put it on speaker so she can hear all of us right now, and we're going to probably hear her. So I suggest you take it and put it off of speaker.
He flicks it off.
Kathy, you're on speaker.
And he walks outside.
Never mind.
He walks outside the barn.
Robert plays another few cards. Oh, this is going to get fun in about 2 minutes.
He acts like he's the only one that has someone important to them to lose in this battle.
Oh, you got to keep in mind this man has been trying his damnedest to keep his wife alive for God knows how long by preventing the fact of which keeping a beast at bay or hoping a beast does not come back. Unfortunately, said beast is back, plays a few more cards. So guess what? Panic mode has settled in, and this man is going on to probably red light problems. Top tier fear.
Red alert.
Yeah.
The Cyclops nods.
Trying to defy the gods.
He raises you. He's like, he's a good guy. This is just an effed up situation. I mean,
he's a fantastic guy.
No,
I mean, all of us love him.
None of us. Yeah, we all love him.
I'll be honest. If it was my wife in danger, I'd throw her in the back of the truck and take off too. So.
Robert's like, no, I understand wholeheartedly. He's doing what in his mind feels right, but unfortunately,
Well, he's
There's-
doing what in his heart feels right.
Sasha flips over her wrist and like pulls her sleeve up a little bit. You can see a faintly glowing monkey tattoo. Well, some of us don't really get that option.
Oh,
yeah.
Flips the wrist back over.
the Cyclops like, oh, congratulations
Yeah.
or condolences. Maybe I should congratulate him.
Yes.
Just shaking her head.
At this point, Robert looks at his hand, looks at the cards, folds.
Rakes it in. You
He's
thought
like,
you have lost more hands than you won, but it hasn't been just completely lopsided.
Oh yeah.
But you get the impression this guy probably sits around with the.
Also,
With the,
we've gained tracker.
Oh, that's nice.
God. Tell me why our rooms are like a very similar configuration. I saw Rappy. I like looked back like, what the fuck?
She made great time.
She did.
Please.
That's a quick ass trip from Alabama to Texas.
Yeah. Oh, he's gonna fill her in.
I was about to say, speaking of Texas, Deca,
Yes.
we have a Whataburger in town now. I'm a happy man.
Yes.
We've got one down
You,
in Decatur too.
Well,
Hell yeah.
we had one just open last week up here in Huntsville.
Yeah, the Decatur one's been open for a month or two now, I think.
Hey, the coterie can go to what? Oh. Jolene can go to Whataburger.
Womp womp.
Just her and the Thin Bloods. Oh, with the Whataburger.
So, 20 minutes later or so, Antony walks back in. Hands the phone back to Sasha.
Sorry. It was. You're probably only going to really listen to her.
He doesn't say anything. He just walks over to the Eagle Standard. Snaps something in Latin. All the Legionnaires kind of form up, at attention. And he takes the standard down and they fade out.
Oh,
Ready to
impressive.
save Olympus?
And then he just walks out. Let's go home.
Robert smiles. Need a lift?
We should go.
His
find a
Charos
safe
is like,
place.
well, I guess I'll go around and get your truck since you banished your gophers. He trucks it over to one of the other barns where they had parked the vehicle Antony had come in.
Find
so
Belisarius before we go.
So we found him already?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yes,
Okay.
it's been a long
Thanks,
thing. He had a Roman legion with him. It's all kinds of stuff going on.
Alright, so what did I miss though?
We
I
found
found-
him, and we've been trying to convince him. And
Ah,
we just made his wife convince him.
okay.
There was a lot of sneaking around and a couple of the band openly talking to him, other people sneaking around, and then when he tried to make his getaway,
Gave him the
Galerius hit him
heebie-jeebies.
with something where he kind of gave him narcolepsy. Effectively, that's how it worked. He couldn't coherently think except when he succeed on rolls.
Okay.
And Connor basically snatched the casket thing that holds Bridget and ran it back to the safe house.
And where has Jaden been this entire time?
Well, you had made the roll last session,
Yes, I did.
so that's how you attract him to this farm. The farm
Okay.
belongs to that Cyclops y'all have met before.
Okay, so I am there. Okay.
Yes, you've just been very quiet.
Okay, awesome.
Or hanging out and kind of scouting the perimeter to make sure nobody snuck away. But that's
Mhm.
kind of already taken care of.
A bad job of it if the truck took off.
Yeah, well, Connor was clinging to the back of the truck, so you know.
Yeah.
Connor
Before we
acting
go,
like
I'm gonna
one
go
of his
find
job.
Belisarius.
Sasha's gonna ask if Antony wants us to leave the Bridget at the safe house.
Yeah, for now that's fine. It's outside the city, so that'll be fine.
Okay. One of Connor will guard it.
So he gets up in his truck. He tosses the eagle standard in the back. Probably not the
flashlight
proper.
from.
Probably not the proper care of such a relic.
I don't think he really
His-
cares right now.
No,
Yeah.
he is not in the bestest of moods. And yeah, Belisarius. You get Belisarius. He was hanging back in the woods.
Hey, buddy, want to fight a god?
Eh,
Come
I
on,
can
let's
take it or
go.
leave it. I mean, he is speaking Greek, of course.
Yeah. I'm speaking back.
But he goes. He loads up in the back of Charios's truck.
The back just dips.
Yeah, it's a pretty heavy duty truck, but yes, it does.
Happening. It's a lowrider now.
Or truthfully, he probably does not get in the back. They probably hook a trailer up to it.
That would probably work better.
Just a personal trailer. Got a nice swanky.
It's like a horse trailer, but just no dividers or anything. It's just completely empty all the way through.
Just the one eye sticking out.
And he just got a lays in it. Got the little round windows, and occasionally you'll see that one eye sync up with the window so he can see where he's going. But
That would be terrifying driving down the road.
Wasn't it though? Just to see that one big eyeball just staring at you. Probably have a few little red veins.
I've seen cattle trailers do that actually, where I don't see the other eye, just see one eye just pop out. Like, whoa.
It's like on either side of like a squid eye.
Uh-huh.
But Ischaro's also, he's like, all right, give me just a minute. He runs inside, says bye to the family. Comes back out with that big ass shotgun thrown over his shoulder. He's got an old school gun rack.
Fire from that.
It's a big oversized cab. He's got a big old gun rack he sits it on.
Yeah, that
Hilarious
checks out.
Hilarious is mentally drafting a large cell phone for Shauna.
Oh shoot! Yeah, you ask this guy, he'll tell you who hooked him up.
To make it themselves.
Point of pride.
It's just the inspiration, like, oh, I can do that.
Yeah, you could absolutely modify a tablet into a cell phone.
Got to figure out a way to make the wingtips be able to tap the screen for typing, or like the tip of the nose.
I don't know if she's one of the dragons with like a forked tongue,
There you go. Or just
that
like
would smear the screen up pretty bad. So I don't know.
Yeah.
just have a stylus somewhere. Just picks it up very delicately.
I mean, to be
That's
fair,
what the forked tongue does. It holds the stylus.
There we go.
either that or Connor has to clean it every night.
Yeah. Everyone just draws lots to clean off Shauna's cell phone.
All right, someone bring me a D6.
I gave it to her. I'm not in on this.
That's fair.
So Antony is going home, or to whatever safe house him and Kathy were holed up in.
Are we following?
You weren't invited to his house.
As you say, we should be going back to our own place.
Oh, I thought you said
Go
let's
to
go
our safe
home.
house.
He was telling us.
I
let's
think
go home.
he, in referencing that to all of y'all, he probably just meant the city.
Okay.
The Cyclopses are coming along because clearly it's all about to hit the fan, so they need to be in town and ready. Not exactly sure where you'll keep Belisarius.
How tall are Talarius' ceilings?
Belisarius was like 10 to 15 foot, I think I described him.
They are.
Never mind.
They live on the second floor. That's not happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ischaros is, he's more in that 9 to 10 foot. He can fit in a human building. It's a tight fit, but he can fit in it.
Would it be best for them just to go to our safe house and stay at the barn-esque area?
We'd still have to get them into town fairly quick. And it's about how far of a drive into town? About
Are they not staying with
It's probably a good hour or more to
Antony?
get back to town.
Antony
Then I'm
didn't
staying
invite
with
him.
Antony. We're driving
He's
Antony.
pretty sure Antony's gonna want some alone time with the wife.
Sure.
The fences around Sasha's grandparents' place are pretty tall.
Just
15 foot
have
tall,
the
but that
Not
is an open
15.
area that you have access to. So
Yeah. I mean, if there's any like little greenhouses back there, if he sits down in it.
falls into it and then sits down.
I mean, it's a city. We don't really have a lot of options.
For sure.
you just camp out at the park. Sleep
I
in
mean,
his
unless
trailer.
we put him in the tree.
Uh, nah. I was fixing. Oh crap! Robert's little workshop area is not necessarily going to have much space.
How tall are the ceilings, though? If it's like is it a converted warehouse or something?
Yeah, it was a converted building, so yeah, it might actually be tall enough to
It might even have
house
a
him.
little loading dock in the back where he could climb in.
Yeah, that might work better then.
Yeah.
So okay, so you put the Cyclopses up in the guild house or guild hall.
Yeah.
Uh,
Robert would, since Robert's driving, he'd like kind of lead them to it and be like, "Here, y'all can stay here. Should be plenty of space. If you need some, let me know." There's a kitchen and back.
All right, so while they're on the way back, the last thing Connor Prime is dealing with is not an attack, and it's something that's been happening a little bit before, but there's a lot more of those weird like orchards and vineyards areas popping up along the shore.
Along the shore itself?
Well, not like right on the water, a little bit further back, but
In the sand.
well, it's a lake. It's probably not a whole lot of sand.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
In the middle of parking lots.
Are these orchards like kind of just in the open, like no buildings around them?
Yeah, they just sprung up in wherever there was empty space.
Okay. If they're forming up around the lake, then Connor Prime will start channeling heavenly fire, and he will start just burning the orchards down around the lake.
I
I'm
don't
sure
like
this will
that.
have no repercussions.
Yep. I'm not there, so do what you will, buddy.
Same.
Never went to Othris, so he's like, well, Othris can take care of itself, but it's encroaching into Olympus, and it's sort of surrounding the area where we're probably going to be fighting Scylla, so he's like, I don't want any of Guy's influence around that.
This also has a band there anyway.
Yeah.
A severely injured and battered and bruised band, but a band.
One of them is severely injured.
Yeah, Kim was pretty beat up. You know, it took a lot of damage to get him there, but he was pretty beat up.
Everyone else is relatively unharmed, though.
Yeah.
Well, Robert still has to take a little bit of time to get one of them back into fighting shape. He has the pieces. He needs to put it back together.
Well, remember, Jaden's healing patches your equipment up too.
I think he's talking about
the
Dixie's
axe.
axe.
Dixie's
Oh,
weapon.
I'm sorry. I thought you were on armor.
Yeah, we don't care.
No.
We're not gonna use our Scion abilities on that.
Either way.
I don't think Jaden's healing could fix a weapon. Just armor.
Yeah, because it's not on the same track.
So Robert's in the guild hall working on that. Your Cyclops buddy sitting around watching you. So let me see if I get this right. You broke her axe while she was trying to kill you with it, and then you volunteered to fix it. You sweet on this little girl?
I mean, he might be.
I mean, I've seen her on TV. She is a looker, and she's definitely fiery.
Robert stops for a minute. You might notice his ears go slightly red. It's like, well, it's a concept, but granted, initially she hated my guts because she claims that the deity that she got her abilities from was cheated by my father because he didn't finish making the weapon shipment. But when he
Yeah.
realized who it was for, that's why my dad stopped. I tried to bargain with her and say that I'd come close to making something, and she wouldn't have it if it wouldn't be, top tier god quality. It's like, well, I'm not one, so I can't really promise you that quality. But he holds up his hammer and is like, and for not being one, I like to think I can do decent. And goes back to, tinkering with it.
Hilarious.
And he talks to you about craftsmanship.
Hilarious.
He clearly knows a little bit about this sort of thing. After all, the Cyclopses were known for working forges.
He'd revel in that. He'd just be like, "Oh, okay. Is there something you want me to put together for you and your buddy, or?"
No. And what he's talking about is a really older styles. It's not something he's done in probably not something he's done since the fall of Rome. But
I mean, Robert would be eating that up. He might even have a big old yellow index pad, and just be writing as he's talking. Just like, okay,
you know
that's
why
a nice
anvils are
point.
shaped that way, don't you? Blah 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 blah. Yakety yakety yakety.
Robert be like, good point. Writes that down.
But
Hilarious sends Robert a private text message, and basically what it is the enemies to lovers tag on Archive of Our Own.
Oh, jeez. You would.
all right, so when y'all finally get ready, how am I want to put this? As it gets later, and it's about it's getting that time y'all need to trying to get some sleep. Are y'all going back to all y'all's individual houses? Are you meeting up at Talarius's? Are you going back? Are you going all the way back out of town to the safe house? We know the Cyclopses are staying at the guild house or guild hall.
Now, depending on how late it takes Robert to do all his piddling and working, he might just say, screw it, just stay at the guild hall with the Cyclopses.
Okay. What about the rest of you?
Hilarious is at their apartment.
Jaden would probably spend the night at Talarius's.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll pick up my phone back from Samuel.
Yeah, he's done with it.
What?
He goes, I got you a little
What's
something
this?
special. Just in case you get drug into the lake. It's waterproof. And it
was already
may make you waterproof.
Ooh.
Or water resistant.
Thanks.
No, don't
I'm not
try
gonna
and
jump
test
in
it
there and
out.
swallow. I'm not gonna go and swallow salt water. Don't worry. But it's good to know
It's a
that.
freshwater lake anyway. But
you know what I mean. This is why Talarius has intellect as their lowest stat. Or attribute, rather. Thanks. I appreciate it.
So where is Connor and Sasha going to stay for the night? Are they camping out with Talarius, or are they camping out, themselves somewhere else?
Connor, he's gonna stay at his safe house.
One of the ones in the city or the one outside the city?
Actually, no, you're right about that. He'd stay with Talarius if they're all in one place. Is one thing I do want to do though before the day wraps up, since the Kodama doesn't like being woken up at nighttime. It's gonna bring some peaches and then hop up into the tree.
The Kodama climbs down to you. Hello, Connor.
Hello. Got an interesting question for you.
Your
that's
questions
possible.
tend to be interesting.
Yeah, well, we live in interesting times, unfortunately.
Yes, I've lived through many interesting times. Every time, I hope it's the last time. Though that didn't sound quite right.
It's a little dark.
Anyway,
That's a
what is
little
your
dark.
question?
Well, Sasha kind of had an idea. You know the Scion of Lu that is currently in stasis.
Bridget, yes. I'm not sure where
Yes.
she's at the moment, but yes.
Oh, we're hiding her.
Oh. That must not be the question then.
No, it's not. Sasha figured that there might potentially be a way to prevent her from dying at fighting Scylla. But it involves another primordial level power to fate bind her instead. Or something to that
This
effect.
might be possible. Do you think you'll have enough time to do that?
That's I don't know. With Scylla out and running around, we might not have a choice. Fate might just have its say.
It usually does.
But I figured I'd ask anyway, because, the only stupid question is one that's unasked. Is there a way to save Bridget to prevent her from dying from fate fighting Scylla, or perhaps a way to fate bind the fetch bound to her to keep her fetch in the mortal world?
Give me a roll.
What am I rolling?
What do you usually roll when you ask this guy questions?
It's usually manipulation subterfuge.
Shouldn't it be a cult or something?
Well, that's usually what we've been.
Because you're rolling for his knowledge.
Yeah. Usually we've been rolling manipulation subterfuge because he's been sort of using the Kadama's sort of like spirit network of information.
No, that's fair. Okay, go ahead and roll that then.
Okay. Yay!
Hey.
I have successes. That means I get an answer.
Could it be done? Yes. You could get another primordial, potentially to try it. The problem is that would be a long-term project. You'd have to find a primordial. Find one that, wanted something you could give them, because they're not going to do it for free.
Yeah.
So you'd have to bring yourself to their attention, convince them that you could do something for them that is equitable with what you're asking.
Mm-hmm.
And Scylla, Scylla was attacking some today. So it's one of the things that's hypothetically possible. I don't think you're going to resolve that before the Scylla situation resolves, however.
Okay.
Because none of the primordials from other pantheons are going to be involved at the moment.
Makes sense. And about
you are the Shin's only influence on this current situation.
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't surprise me if Dad was out planning something.
Oh, I imagine he's been planning something. But I imagine you're the thing he's been planning.
Yeah, probably. And about the fate binding bit for her fetch to keep her in the mortal world when Bridget dies.
I do not know enough of the he wouldn't call him Celt, he'd call him the
Tuatha.
Thank you.
Gesundheit.
But no fetch, to my knowledge, no fetch has ever lived as long as this one has. They are agents of death.
So, well, if they're agents of death, could maybe Sasha bind her, or talk to her mother? See if her mother can bind her into the mortal world?
Or at least like put her on hold until we can.
Only a set could truly answer that. I don't know. I don't know if fetches have souls, or if they're strictly spiritual beings, or if they're simply some sort of shadow of the person they're representing.
That sounds more like a Sasha question.
Perhaps.
Connor Prime. Hey, Sasha.
I like this. Is like, yeah, the city's gonna be destroyed by Scylla, but can we keep this guy's wife around?
Yeah.
He loves her. Can we keep her around? It's like the NPC
Just
adoption
give
agency.
it to her.
Basically, Connor asked Sasha that info. It's something she knows. Because this absolutely would not be info he would know.
She has been studying that before. Would she know the nature of what a fetch is, as far as if it's more ghost or shade or?
Give me a roll with your occult to see what you've managed to discover.
Occult intelligence?
Yes.
And since it is death and spirits, she will get a bonus on that.
Yep.
So 4? Yeah, 4.
4. They are not like a human soul, but they are a spirit creature.
Okay.
Made flesh by the as a way to warn the living.
Yeah.
They return to the spirit realm. From what you gather, what you believe, what you have come to believe is happening, at least, is when their person they're associated with dies, they return to the spirit realm, and maybe they just stay there, or maybe they become a blank slate and cycle back through as somebody else's fetch. You're really not completely sure. There's conflicting sources. Because,
okay.
Like everything mythological, there's 50-11 ways.
Yeah.
Anything you could find that would hold a spirit to the realm might be able to hold her. But when the person died, you don't know that she'd have a physical body anymore. Or if she'd be like your parents, just a spirit on this plane.
But even they possessed somebody. I mean.
Let's see, 4 successes is pretty good. You might be able to use the crystal sarcophagus thing.
To preserve the spirit?
Possibly. You're not entirely certain how that thing works. You haven't had a chance to examine it.
Fair.
But if it does weird things with time, it might stop anything from happening.
Exchanging one body for another in it.
But that, of course, does not solve the larger problem, but it might give you time to research it after these events.
Yeah. She'll also try and ring up her mom and just see if she might have any further insight.
You don't get an answer.
Kind of figured that the interference in Olympus is a bit flaky.
Yep.
Hilarious once again has the offering, but it's just a wine chiller. Has a big bottle of really nice wine.
I thought you said a wine cooler. I'm like,
No. Just a large chiller.
Yeah.
As they're getting that out,
That's a couple bottles.
there's a knock at your door.
Oh. I go to answer.
Okay. You open the door. There's a woman standing there. Oh, hello, dear. She leans forward and kisses you on each cheek. Oh, you've already got wine out. That sounds delightful.
Is this Psyche?
No. I'm trying to remember if Talarius has encountered this person through the campaign. Jaden for sure recognizes her.
Shit.
Just holding. There's another person behind them, right?
Is it Gaia?
Yeah. She walks in, she looks around. Oh, it's a very nice, very nice domicile you have by modern standards.
Thanks.
Jaden will walk and lean against the wall with her.
Bottle.
Kill Bill alarms everywhere.
Yeah, she's gonna text the group. Gaia's here.
Well, most of us are here.
I think we're all here.
Are they
Most of us
here?
are here
No.
except for Robert.
Oh wait, that's
Yeah,
right.
only
Oh,
Robert's not there.
Robert's not
she'll-
there,
so-
and the Connor clones are scattered off doing things, but Connor Prime is here.
Oh, she'll
Yeah.
let it's still in the group, so Robert would know. Gaia's here.
Sure.
And she kind of drifts across the
fun.
room. She looks around. She,
Was there someone else with her, or was it just her?
it's just her.
Okay, then I was like,
She gives
good thing I
Jaden,
got two bottles.
she walks over to Jaden and gives her a little kiss on the forehead. Then she kind of settles in with a comfortable chair. And is looking at Talarius like, well, I'm waiting for you to pour for everyone.
What do we owe this surprise to?
Or wine glasses for everybody.
She takes a sip.
Sasha internally. Is it bad form to throw wine on a god?
But
Yes.
would they know it's
On
her?
a Theoi, yeah.
You texted the group, so
Oh,
Yeah.
true.
You
But
did-
that's if
you
they
did
look
te-
at their phone when she put.
they don't have to look at their
out.
phone. They just text to speech in their head.
For everybody?
That's just me.
Yeah, just you, but the other two.
Well, if Sasha saw Jaden like fiddling with her phone and then suddenly gets a text message, she's probably like, "Oh, this is."
bad. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just
She's not gonna do anything though. She's just gonna sit there with the wine glass, like
Gonna.
Kill Bill sirens.
So is this high dollar wine or is it the cheap stuff?
Oh, absolutely. It's great. It's great wine
Oh,
because
yes.
they were going to use it to contact their father, but here we are.
You got another relative instead.
Well, it's a good thing I got 2 bottles because I was going to get one. I was going to have them both for Psyche, but I guess this is going to have to do.
Just want to let you know, you and your friends have been, well, you've exceeded expectations, I'll be honest. I really
Okay.
thought Penelope and her group would be more of a challenge.
At first.
I'm always so proud to see the children do well.
What do you want, Grandma? Happy to see you and everything, don't get me wrong. But
Well, let's see. We had figured it out when she would talk to Jaden. That'd be, let's see, Jaden's mother. Zeus is the grandfather, so Jaden's great grandmother. And
probably another stage up for Talarius.
it would be Talarius' great great grandmother, I think. Because Talarius would be one
Great,
generation
great.
further down.
Yeah.
Because it would go
Ten.
Amor, Mars, Jupiter, Gaia.
Yeah.
Or Terra if you were using the Roman names.
Sure.
Well, I just wanted you
What's up, Abuela?
She's like, I just wanted to let you know. Get a good night's sleep tonight. Nothing is going to happen to the city tonight. Sleep well, rest up. Well, obviously we're on opposing sides. I want you at your best.
Hardly much. we can do
Tomorrow,
against
Scylla will
Mortal.
come for the city.
It's already been evacuated, so it's just
Well,
us.
sections of it, yes.
Most of it. Actually, as they have that thought, Talarius activates a Marvel to have the traffic that's leaving the city perfect.
Stuff on the billboards. Get out!
It's so chaotic that it's
Get the
orderly
out!
in a way. It just flips back
Well,
around.
it's like everybody is paying attention when they need to be paying attention.
Hmm.
Yes.
There's no wrecks or anything.
It's just smooth sailing.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, not everybody's going to agree to leave.
I'm gonna stay here and fight Scylla Hurricane myself.
Hurricane
I'm
Scylla.
just going to sit here and wait it out. I can't afford to go nowhere. I don't have a car. You know.
Open up stuff further north.
But yes, plenty of people are spilling out of the city in all directions. And truthfully, kind of evacuating from around the lake period to some degree. But the guy, tells Jaden, it's a shame you couldn't convince your mother to help me. Not that I really expected you to. Your mother can be quite stubborn.
And you'll learn I'm the same way.
I don't doubt it. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Let's say the
Though I
apple
guess
just
in
keeps
this,
going
though I
up
guess in
the
this
same
situation
tree.
you kind of are the tree.
You're not
What,
wrong
you the
there.
tree?
Yeah, Jaden's mother carved her out of a tree. She's like Connor. She's one of those created ones.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Artemis is one of the virgin goddesses, so makes sense.
Makes sense. Well, I'm glad we could have a drink together before.
Yes,
Wow.
I'll never get used to the drinking it straight. Back in the day, we always mixed it with water.
It's an acquired taste for sure. Going both ways, I think.
Well, back in that day, for the mortals at least, it was safer to drink than the water.
If you like, I can run some tap in it.
Oh, no, that's all right.
That almost seems
Yeah.
sacrilegious.
This is how you drink it here. When in Rome,
Is there anything else?
Oh, she asked how your mother's doing. You've spoken with your father. She asked Jaden questions about,
Literally have not spoken to my father once since the visitation.
Well, your stepmother's a bit of a battle axe.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I've spoken to her more than I've spoken to him.
Probably not by accident.
Probably that.
Don't worry. If things go poorly tomorrow, I'm sure he'll come and visit you in the afterlife. I mean, hopefully they won't go that badly. And she looks at you, Talarius, and she looks at Jaden. I don't want either one of you to come to harm. But, in a battle, you never know how things will work out. So there's a little chit-chatting. She doesn't really talk to the rest of you much. I mean, she doesn't completely ignore you or anything. And she does comment on Robert's absence. Asking where the...
How familiar
where
are you
Smith
with
is.
fan fiction, great grandma?
My God.
I don't know where this is going.
They know where this
I'm
is
here
going.
for it.
Everybody else in the room is like, ugh.
I'm just thinking of how much the Greeks would probably like /fiction. Anyway, go on.
Oh no.
So there's
She acts like she's not super... She's heard the term before. She's not super familiar with it.
Sure. There's a genre called enemies to lovers. And I think that's what's going on here with Robert.
Oh.
Yeah.
Him and the fire giant. A dwarf and a fire giant. I like that.
Love can bloom on a battlefield, I guess.
Enemies to lovers, size king.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Achilles in the Battle of Troy fell in love with an Amazon.
AO3's having a
she was
field day
already
right
dead
now.
at the time, so it was a little odd.
That would be awkward.
I think your father may have been involved in that.
I would not be surprised.
If not him, your grandmother. I'd have to. I mean, your grandmother.
Yeah, he's fulfilling a promise he made to her. Otherwise, it's just us.
So much potential for interesting stories. It'll be a shame if it gets cut short tomorrow.
You seem pretty confident.
Well, you're very skilled. You and your friends are very skilled, but you're very young. I mean, your father visited you, what, a few months ago?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's barely got these little whatsits, and they let the wings
Oh, that's adorable. Wait. Let me see.
Yeah.
Get a good look.
Oh God.
I always worry that they'll come out like little chicken wings, but at least these have feathers.
No, these have feathers. They're more like, well, the imagery.
Yes, I always wonder that's inherent to our nature, or if it's some influence the mortals have on us.
Like the consciousness, hell of a drug.
So, like I said, she chews the fat with you, and then thanks you for the wine, but she really should be going. She needs to get some, needs to get her beauty sleep. Excuse me.
Let's see.
Choking up a little bit. And I'm out of drink.
Okay. Well, I'll open the door for her and everything. Just very gentlemanly.
Such a polite boy, or such a polite child. Kind of squeeze your cheek on the way out. I do hope you and Jaden survive tomorrow, and the rest of you too. And you just
Grandma
watch her walk to the left. As soon as you close the door, you hear Sam's door open. His head just, is she gone?
No, as Telarius closes the door and turns, Telarius' face is pale.
Did we?
That was harrowing.
Did we really just share a drink with a
Yes.
wheel?
Yes.
Samuel kind of goes clump, 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 and you see him just pick up the wine bottle. What's left of it?
I was saving that for. Go ahead. That's
Man,
fair.
Jeez.
Did you want me to go pick some up for you? I gotta go speak to my mother anyway.
I thought the
No,
lady at the Jade Mountain was terrifying.
I've got more on tap. I just didn't want to have to go get more. But no. You. That one's yours, Sam. You're fine. We'll call it even for
this.
whatever you did to my phone. But no, Telarius' face is absolutely pale after closing the door. Like, yeah, go home, Grandma. Closes the door. Fuck.
You need to sit down there. Are you okay?
I will be okay as soon as the color returns to my face. Downs their glass.
Meanwhile, at the safe house.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Just popping the casket open like a thing of Chinese leftover. No.
Good grief.
Oh, it makes a little hiss when it opens. It's Tupperware.
You would.
Open a cold one with the boys.
So is Shauna back at the safe house, or was she camping on like the roof of Telarius' building for the night?
He had Shauna camp in the safe house, then he'd have his other clones there.
Okay. So she's at the
Shauna
safe
and the
house. There's a clone watching there to guard the casket. There's one clone I'm sure still at the tree.
Yes.
Do you have any other clones out somewhere?
He has one that's patrolling the shore.
Okay.
And No, he'd have the other two would be patrolling the shore.
Okay. They're finding
It's-
more vineyards
it's taking
and
up for it
stuff.
now.
I mean, it's like you thinned them out, but they more keep coming in. They're not as
Yeah,
thick as they
they're-
were. I mean, you've done a good job of thinning them out, but they're not all gone.
Yeah, those two are gonna be focusing on clearing out as many of the vineyards as possible before the battle tomorrow. Apparently.
Wait, what are they finding in the vineyards?
It's like vineyards and orchards are just popping up
Ah,
on the
yeah.
on the Olympus side of the lake. Kind of like Jaden kept finding them over on the other side in the big wooded areas.
Yeah. Okay.
Would he have mentioned anything about the vineyards?
Yeah.
Okay, just once you get done with that, something for Sasha to do.
Go ahead. What is it? We'll do that now because what's about to happen is gonna be the wrap up.
She took the fertility, and she also took favor of nature,
Mhm.
which allows her to blight lands.
Okay.
Blighted lands undergo rapid decay, crops become inedible instantly, almost all plant life dies out. Well, it's within a week. Never mind. Cancel. Not gonna have enough time for that.
Good effort though.
That's the cleanup phase.
So anyway, Folk Connor back at the farmhouse.
Uh-huh.
I don't know, watching TV. I stepped in the other room. You hear a large, heavy thunk of something hitting the ground from whatever room you left the casket in.
Oh, lovely. Okay, he's gonna go into the barn, move Shauna, go and.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. I was thinking of it in the house.
Mhm.
Shauna will report to you,
Well, no,
or you'd be
well,
hanging out in the.
Yeah,
in the
that
barn with
clone
her,
would be in there under vigil, so like he'd move Shauna and go, all right, what the fuck just happened?
She goes, something fell. Shauna's like, sounded like something fell over.
Yeah.
Shauna puts her off to the side.
You walk down there, the top of the casket, and not just the top, like the top and the sides, has
Mhm.
been pushed over. Bridget is staggering to her feet, propped up on the spear. The second she sees you, she's like, "Where am I? Who the hell are you?" And then she takes a swing at you, or not a swing, stab with a spear.
Oh my god. All right, rolling for defense, I guess.
Let the chaos ensue.
I mean, has the chaos stopped?
I mean, meanwhile, in Clarice's apartment, Connor Prime goes, "All right, she's awake."
Oh, I didn't have. I guess you can ignore that text then. Okay, let's go.
Oh shit!
That's a defensive 5.
This is one of the clones, right?
She got a 6.
Well, shit. All right, that clone's popping.
Oh, hold on. Doesn't it have a natural defense of 1 or no?
Yeah. So 3 plus the 1 general plus the natural defense.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
that's right. No, soft armor 1. She'd have to burn that extra.
Yeah, but she'd have to burn the extra. She'd have to burn the extra
Yeah.
to cause the damage,
That's
so
right.
she's got the extra to do it.
No, Shauna's there. He has soft armor 3. That's right, because Shauna's there.
Okay.
May I? Okay. I was fixing to say what?
So that'd be
Okay.
like 1 more extra she'd have to burn then. And she
2
doesn't
more,
have.
because she has soft armor 2. He has soft armor 3 when
Soft
he's...
armor 3 is how many points it costs. I was looking at that earlier today.
That's hard armor.
Oh, you might be right.
Yeah, hard armor is 1 and 3 for 1 point or 2.
Gotcha.
Soft armor is the DC to do the inflict damage stunt.
All right. So anyway, she takes a swipe at you.
Mhm.
That probably probably leaves a cut in your shirt.
Yeah. Whoa! Let's not do this, please.
No. I think I'm going to stab the weirdo that's got me in his basement.
Well, I was kind of told to keep you here by the guy who married your fetch, apparently. He didn't want you to wake up and die killing Scylla.
Who the hell marries a fetch?
I don't know! I was...
Some guy
And
named Antony.
how? She's been around like 2 days.
Oh,
No,
damn it.
no. She's been around for
What
30
year is it?
years. You've been out for 30 years since your last fight with Scylla, Bridget.
You know my name.
You're lying.
Hold on. He'll pull out his phone and hold up the date to her.
She
Oh,
was
God,
awake in
seeing
the
a phone.
90s. What the hell is that thing?
It's a cell phone. It's a communication device.
I know what a cell phone is. They don't look like that.
Like from Star
Well,
Trek.
they do now. Look at the damn date.
She doesn't look overly convinced. She like looks up the stairs, and you see Shauna's got her head kind of stuffed in there.
Shauna, you can't eat her.
I mean, there's one thing he can
just
do.
trying to see.
Metagaming pigeon, coo.
Metagame.
Look, I'm not even the real me. Okay, I'm just a copy of the real me, and we're gonna be fighting Scylla tomorrow.
She's back already.
It's been 30 years.
Oh, so you say.
Would you like me to haul you up there so you can see what Olympus turned into?
Olympus?
Olympus? What are you talking about?
That's what they named the city.
There's not a city around
That
here.
they
It's just a bunch of little
built
towns.
here after
Sure.
the battle.
Yeah, I'm wanting to see this shit.
All right. You don't have.
She
long
still
to
looks like she's
live,
ready to
but
stab you
all
the
right.
second you make a funny move.
Yeah, Connor's like, all right, you don't got long to live now that you're awake, but all right.
Oh, what year is it?
She takes a couple of steps towards the stairs, and then just kind of falls over and just retches in this
Yeah, that's what
kind
I
of
meant.
black bile. She just kind of vomits it up.
We've been trying to find a way to break that fate binding off you, but no such luck, because, Gaia did it to you.
She's like, yeah. Okay. Mhm. Yeah, there's no fooling around with the fates.
Yeah, our only other option would have been
Oh,
to
but we tried.
have one of the other primordials bind you in its place, but
Yeah, but then if I don't die fighting Scylla, who's going to fight Scylla? Who's going to defeat Scylla?
well, we're fighting her tomorrow. Me and the rest of my band.
Oh,
And-
you have an entire band at least. Well, that's good.
Well, we had two, but the other band were agents of Gaia, so we had to defeat them first. One of them was apparently Scylla's child.
Ooh, that brings up some disturbing imagery.
Well, considering she had tentacles for legs, yeah.
She had legs. She had tentacles that were over her legs.
Like a hula hoop of tentacles.
Yes,
like
but-
Like a skirt of tentacles.
Yes, but Connor, she had tentacles for legs.
Yeah, so did their mother. So yeah.
So you wanna go see the city the fastest way I can get there? What the rest of my friends like to call mock Jesus.
Well, I'm not Catholic
Yeah.
myself, but I don't know that you should be mocking him.
Fox feeds
I've been waiting all game for that.
She smirks when she says it. She's obviously shitting you.
Mach speed didn't exist in the 90s.
Hold on. Connor Prime imbues a legend, keeps the legend imbued to have this created cell phone. Calls the rest of the band, put it on speakerphone. Hey guys,
Yes.
Bridget's
That was
awake.
well
and-
timed.
Yeah, it was. he'll just go, Bridget's awake and she's sassy as fuck.
Tell her we love
Good.
her already.
Sounds like a you problem, buddy.
Oh, that's
She
a
tried
shame for
to
you because
kill
apparently
me.
I'm dying soon. And when she speaks, she sounds a whole lot like Kathy. Though a little more of her Irish comes through than with Kathy.
Are you sure
Possibly
it's not
because she
just
hasn't been living
Kathy's?
here for 30 years.
No,
that
it's
sounds
not.
remarkably like Kathy.
It's not Kathy.
Same person.
Who's Kathy?
The fetch.
The Fetch has
The
a
Fetch.
name?
The Fetch has a lot of
Yes.
things.
The Fetch
We
is
don't-
married.
Wait, how's the
Fetch-
Fetch been running around for 30 years?
You've been
You've
out for
been
30 years.
You've been locked in that thing in stasis in time.
Been in a magical Tupperware for 30 years.
That's
Actually,
it, I'm
now
breaking that thing.
No. I
don't
want to
do
look at that.
We need that.
Not for you. Not for you.
As Connor Prime would ever laid, the potentially could.
Just put the
Oh, it
dragon
does.
back over the entrance to the...
Yeah. So you want to go? Actually, I want to go meet the rest of my friends. They're in the city, so you'll be able to see the city as we go.
Sure. Nice pet dragon.
Yeah, she's great. Loves burning things, but she's great.
Yeah. Keeping one of those near a city is going to bite you in the butt one of these days.
That's what I've been trying to
We've
raise
been
her.
telling him.
No, you haven't.
Kind of have.
But she marches out of the barn and she kind of looks around. I thought you said there was a city. And then she kind of notices the light in the distance. Oh.
It's over there. This is one of my out-of-city safe houses.
So we're going to wrap here with Connor basically. If this was a scene, she'd be standing there silhouetted by the city, holding her spear, and Connor would be walking down the bar and coming up behind her.
Very
Sean will probably
anime.
be coming out too. But yeah.
Shauna's standing in the doorway of the barn with her little cell phone trying to snap a picture.
Can I eat her?
God damn it. Ah, jeez.
None of you have found out yet, but Shauna has a Facebook page now.
Oh,
No.
No.
fully expected this to happen. She is a teenager.
She is in her teenage years, yeah.
Hilarious probably helped set it up.
I'm just imagining when they get to like demigod and god status, Shauna like full grown adult dragon. Just like, what up?
Selfie with a tiny cup of
But what happens
coffee.
when she meets the other dragons and you find out how they hate the gods?
Yeah.
Rebellious teenage years.
I was just about to say. Alright, so we're going to wrap here. I hope y'all had fun. I had a lot of fun tonight.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if any of our viewers are still with us, but anybody that comes by later, I hope you'll come back next week when we have the big conclusion. Fate of the city, fate of the band, all sorts of things hanging in the balance. Probably can't save Bridget. Maybe they can save Kathy. I don't know. You have to think about it. So, Decca, do we have anything else coming up this week? Here on Dire
We
Bear?
do.
Because I know at the tail end of the year, I know
Learn
some
how to work.
some of the games get a little spotty. So,
Well, that's just the nature of the beast
Yeah,
around this time of year. But we should have False Call and Knights tomorrow with JT. A Knight's Ransom on Thursday with Pink Rambo. Stolen Cities on Saturday with Alex. And Barnheim on Sunday with Trail. And then back around on Monday with the Troubleshooters with Cap Zach. And then come back to us. I think the official... It's usually like the second full week of December, or like the first full week of December, is when we officially go black for the holidays. But for all of those notifications and more, hop on to the Discord, which should be in the bottom on Twitch, and you can find out. And you'll get notified whenever one of the shows goes live.
alrighty. That's probably it for us tonight. We will see y'all next time.
Yeah.
For the big wrap up.
Yep. And we'll announce what we're playing next, though. We probably
We've-
spoiled it a few times.
Not so much. I think we've spoiled it a little, but unless they knew what we were
Hinted at it.
had in the list of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have hinted at it several times.